How's it going, everybody? Hope you guys are all having a wonderful, beautiful evening. We are... Hopefully my webcam will be okay. Okay, of course, dude. Of course. I swear to... I'm literally gonna calm down. I swear to you, I really should start recording these. I literally went to see the how the cam looks prior. No, it's not backlight comp. It's gotta be gain, right? It's gotta be gain. Okay. Looks like adjusting the gain fixes it. I swear, dude. I literally checked it before the stream went live and I was like, we're good. We're good. And then it went live. We're not good. At least we more or less know what the issue is this time, right? How you boys all doing? Hope everybody's having a good one. We got more 5V5 1v1 duels tonight, and this night the duels are actually in midnight. We never got to do any midnight beta duels at all. Look, Blizzard just didn't invite jack squat nobody. Unless you got, what is it, the that epic pre-order to get in the beta. Yeah, Blizzard just didn't stop doing invites at some point, it seems like. So we just couldn't really get a group going. But tonight we get to let me just go check my phone, put my phone to charge. But tonight we finally get a chance to dive into some midnight pre-patch duels. I know that the meta is going to be all wacky and crazy and all that. We're still going to have fun with it, man. We're still going to have fun with it, man. DK allowed. Everybody's allowed. Literally every spec is allowed. I'm not going to be like, yo, we are limiting. This spec is not... Dude, anything and everything off the table. Let's just have some fun. Let things be busted. Let things be broken. Perfect opportunity for you to try some different builds until midnight is proper here. What's up, Nesperska? How you doing, man? Do you have any spec banned? No specs banned. I don't know why I would ban anything right now. I don't know why we would ban something during pre-patch, because the game is not tuned around pre-patch. Don't you know? Yeah, I just wouldn't ban anything. Personally, I wouldn't be banning anything. I am gonna have to get a mod going or something. The dark Dal. Bro, I don't... Look, me trying to fix my webcam, so I'm not even fixing my webcam. I just moved my lights so I'm not like getting blinded. It's actually so nice to stream without lights blinding me, man. I always had really harsh lighting and I was like, you know what? Let me just remove that. And it feels good. I like it. So, I don't know, man. There you are. What's up, No Jab? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Am I gonna need to... Like, just do a starter build, dude. Let's do a starter build, dude. I am probably gonna need to go and get a transmog going in this thing, too, don't I? Isn't there a transmog over here? Yeah, there is. Can I get my custom set back? That'll work. It's 1,000 gold still. They are going to be reducing the transmog cost, by the way, but like half. So if you are looking to mog, wait. I'll leave Astron after 40 minutes. Nobody could get past the middle flag of pure lols. Bro, is it that bad? Is it just too much healing, not enough damage? What is happening? That's so odd. What is that an orc? Bro, why does this orc look so tall? Is it me or did they change orcs a little? He straight up from a distance, he looked like a Draenei. Maybe just this armor set on an orc. It looks like a Draenei, man. Doesn't he? He does not look like an orc in any way, shape, or form. Did they change the posture a little? I know they changed like how the weapon's sitting in your back. I don't know if they changed anything with the orc posture. It looks kind of heroic. It looks kind of sick. His flask? Oh, he does have a flask. Yeah, giant growth. I was gonna say for a second, he does look bigger. Because like normally orcs are like kind of dope looking, but they're kind of on the shorter end. They're like 5'11". This guy's 6 foot. That is the difference between 5'11" and 6 foot, man. It makes that extra inch makes a difference. That extra chat. So when next time somebody tells you size doesn't matter, yes it does. Yes it does. Look at this orc. And look at this guy. Look at this guy, and then look at that guy back there. Look at this guy, and look at this guy. They're not even the same. They're not even the same ballpark. Like, I don't believe it. Okay, do I need to make a group, by the way? Do I need to make a group? Or, you guys got this? I think I'll make one, right? Johnny, are you making a group? Molten Core. And I'll also post how to join the groups if you guys haven't done this in a while. If y'all want to join in 5V5, I need you to select the play style. Competitive. Competitive Molten Core. I'm ready. Beautiful. I'll make it a second group unless we have a second group available. Join up, boys. Join up. You're going to be team Nesmershka. Let me also post how to join in if you guys want to. Radimus, get in here, bud. Radimus. I also am hoping we'll see some Demon Hunters here tonight. I think that'll be so sick just because, you know, Devourer is kind of nutty. And I want to see... Damn, my man! How you doing? Hope you guys all got your high item level gear. Because that you're going to need it. Yeah, I did a little bit of twos, man, with Warcraft on stream the other day. Him healing me DPS. And damn, dude, Outlaw pipes. Outlaw pumps. I don't think it's a bursty spec, but it does good damage, dude. I just auto-attack things. You can just auto-attack things down now. His plasma classic braid snipe that shit. Yo, true. Actually, though. Yeah. Yeah, hi guys. What's up, Saya? How you doing, my man? So we got, you want to join some duels, man? I got 2 paladins in this team, so I don't know if we can have that many more paladins, but I got a couple of spots, man. Let me go and put my phone to charge. Hey, we got some 5v5 duels happening right now. Got spots if you're interested. Hey friend, how are you doing? Why do I talk like that sometimes, bro? Like, what is happening? Curiosity? Curie fell? No, hold on. Speaking about fell, do we have Oh, he's not on. Rest on hell. I was looking for rest on hell. Is Rick on or is his electric still? I can just invite to a group. So this group, what, got 2 spots? With Sabato is gonna be 1. So we're gonna need like 1 more, man. Who else do we bring? Who else do I ask, chat? Who else do I ask? Like, I would like to get Saya in, but I don't know if Saya's in the group. Oh, wait, Sabo. Sabo. Hey, friend, we got more 5v1 duels. Got a few spots if you're interested. New UI sucks with PvP. I don't know, man. I've been playing with the base UI for the most part, and it's mildly okay. I do wish there was like a way for you to make the DRs and CC a little bit more prominent in the health bars on the enemy plates, but it's something I can adjust to. I do think they need to give you a little bit more like support to like magnify all those debuffs, so you can essentially basically recreate Gladius if you really wanted to, and Protector. All right, well, we got a group. Wait, this guy, is he joining for PvE or is he joining for PvP? I can't even tell. Is he a PvE or PvP guy? Oh no, he's a PvP guy. Yo, look at that dude. Hey, I like that. That's a good looking mog. That's a good looking man. All right, the Sproshka, you're gonna be lead. Promote to lead the party. Invite spectator match. By the way, this person just hit you guys with a Zdarova. That's a hello, dude. That's a good old hello. So if you want to say hello, if you want to say that back, you're more than welcome to. Johnny's what? 2 H's or 2? I think I got it right, maybe. I did get it right. Okay, let me go plug my phone to charge, and we'll get these going. As soon as I hit accept, if it lets me. Hey Dal, you're looking dark a little, dude. It's just what happens when you are not letting the ring lights that I have be in spotlight mode, and just, bro, you have no idea for how many years I was just blinded by the lights, and I just decided, you know what? Let me just make it less like harsh looking. And that's it. I turned the light and made it a little less bright, and I lit up the green screen a bit better. That's all I did. That's literally all I did. Let me charge my phone, because that thing has like 14% battery. I'm gonna need my phone. I need that phone. So why? I got a snowstorm coming in. Snowstorm. We don't get snow here except every couple of years, maybe. But it feels like recently became more of a thing now. But it might knock out my power. So we are here streaming by the grace of God, I guess. Because essentially it's like, thank God my power has not been knocked out yet. It's a question of when. Twitch. But I'm prepped, I'm ready. And look, oh, I can't even see you guys' names. Oh wait, that's so weird. Okay, so I can't see your names. It's just gonna be a little bit harder to track. The Smurshka, wait, hold on. Do I need to go and adjust you guys' health bars? Okay, after this duel between the Smurshka and between Leo. I may have to go adjust you guys' health bar so at least they can be seen a little bit better. I might just make it bigger. What the hell is happening? The Smoshka just getting torn up. Trying to see if he can dove back in. Cloak of Shadows may need to pop evasion. That's a lot of undeads around to disarm onto the DK. Barely escaping with a vanish. Looking for a reset. It doesn't look like he pressed Shadow Blades or Shadow Dance. Did he just hold all of your cooldowns? Leo trying to see if he can just not let Nosbushka out of his sight whatsoever. And is going to get a couple of undeads going. Gouge for a moment. Kidney to follow. It is going to be an IBF or no, human trinket out for the DK. Actually turning around onto Leo. Are you kidding me? This rogue with an evasion. Trying to see if he can make a big play. Blind onto the main pet. Both are super low in health. It's so hard to track. I will adjust the health bar as soon as I can, but it looks like a stun on the rogue. He does have a trinket by the looks of things. Does use it. Maybe a bit of a delay on his end. Oh, no. Hold on. Can I make him larger? Oh, he does. Kai does help. Okay, well, that's what the best I can do is make him as large as possible. Like, Sabato is going to be up next. Oh, no. My UI is going to be displayed a little bit. Let me see if I can do /reload to remove the UI. Okay, I think it actually... Okay. I think I'm going to need to fix the hell bars before the duel starts. Because I feel like every time I do reload, they kind of reset. But yeah, Saya is going to be up next up, bro. I'm going to need to do something here. The UI is bad. I don't hate it. Like, okay, you know what? I am going to be honest. Wait, what is this? Do you guys see this border around it? Like, there's an orange border around the screen now. Oh, I'm going to need to probably fix that on my end. I might zoom in just to remove it. I don't know what this outline is, to be honest. I don't know what this outline is, but the rogue is going to go for evasion with a blind, trying to see if he catch a reset. Does use a smoke bomb in order to get himself a quick recovery versus Saya, who looks like he's going to be mounting up, maybe picking up the eye. Does end up grabbing the eye. Quit playing with that DR tracker. There is a DR tracker, actually. No, there is a base one in the game. You need to enable arena frames. There is a base one. I promise you, if you go to the stream that we did the other day, me and Warthros were playing together. I have the footage of like some of the things we've done. There's a DR tracker. There is a definitely DR tracker in being based on UI. I don't know if it works for 5V5 1v1 DUELS, unfortunately. I imagine it should. It was going to be big hammers down by Saya. So I am going to coach my bets here. Not working for me. Damn. I'll show you guys where to find it after this. How does that sound? Maybe it'll help, maybe not. Step by Saba, but he's still got himself a big dot with the Paladin Blessing of Protection. Trying to go for a kill shot last second as the bot was about to fall off. I think he had to do it. He had to do it in the last global. Like, okay, if I don't do it now, I'm just dead. Hopefully the bot falls off at a perfect time. And what is this Mog, Dan? What is this Mog? Stun onto Saya. Wake up matches available. Wait, what is this thing you're throwing around? Did you throw some kind of like throw something at other people? He definitely threw some kind of like a spell effect at things. Like a shield or something. Searing? Okay, he's played Searing. Trying to see if he can maybe set it out, but it's going to be Saya. Trying to see if he can get out of there as best as he can. Well, Dan trying to see if he closes the gap into a Blessing of Saint. However, Danduin does not have any CC for that Blessing. So I think maybe Saya, yeah, I mean, there goes another Hodge. I feel like Saya might have thrown it out a little early because Dan came in with a stun immediately, didn't he? It's going to be big damage on Saya, actually. Maybe in a bit of trouble. If Dan can push the offensive, this could be pretty bad. Does have a bubble, and if you can force a bubble at him, that'd be great. Lay on hands, straight for one another, but it's actually going to be stabilizing both Paladins. Does Saya have a turn around? Because this could be his play. Does land an interrupt onto the blind from Dan. Does Dan follow up with another Searing Glare? Because there's no kick this time around. Maybe if Saya has himself a bubble. There goes the bubble out of Dan. Try to see if he can force a bubble out of Saya. If Saya can just hold on and use the bubble 8, he will have that as an answer. There goes the bubble. Started to Dan. Nothing he can do. Wake him out just to tear him up, but does end up taking him out. My goodness. Well, the warrior gonna be up next. I don't even know what his name is. Protect, I think. Protector. Yo, I'm gonna need to fix up these health bars. just for the spectator duel stuff, I'm gonna need to do something with these like health bars, man. I'm gonna definitely need to do something with that. It's gonna be Saya trying to see if he can back up out of the shield of Evidence rolling in. Does get a full wall out to protect the warrior, who is gonna go for a trinket out of that stun. There's nothing stopping this warrior now, so if he can just press the offensive versus Saya and truck him down, Saya, I think, is gonna go down. Question is, do warriors have any self-survivability? Because their survivability in beta was really, really good. It looks like he's able to hold it toe-to-toe with Saya. Short stun, needs to maintain his health a little bit. He may have a cheat death mechanic, and if he does, as long as he can just power through and deal some damage to Saya, he will be okay. It doesn't look like he has a charge or a leap available to reconnect. Will need to use something. Stun by Saya. Wake of Ashes might proc his cheat death. Does he have a cheat death? No, he does not. He doesn't play cheat death, unfortunately. Oh no, with Radimus going to be last one left over for the team 1. Hopefully ready to go, but this time Saya has no immunity. So I feel like at this point there's just not much you can really do about it, right? Just not much you can do in that type of situation. Man, this is going to be a couple of judgments by Saya. Got himself a bit of that damage towards Radimus. And this is going to be a full stun, but he does have that immunity. He does have that CC immunity. Blessing of Sect also counts for Saya. Actually does it play really, really well there. Saya does not have any kind of like ways to stopgap the damage. There's no escape for him. There's no like plan B. There's nothing available. And that might just be Radimus trying to see if he can hold on to some of his cooldown. Shield of Vengeance super late. He's going to pop on the Shield of Vengeance of Saya. And Saya has that health advantage. As long as Radimus isn't out of a stun, he will be okay. But is not able to push Saya right now. He is going to have to go for self-healing. Mana is available in plenty, but 31% dampening is going to deny this. And it's going to be actually, I think, a game for Saya to see if he can wait this out as long as possible. To try and, yeah, try to see if he can stabilize, maybe gain one of those immunities. Blessing a Saint, or Blessing a Spell Warden. Blessing, even Lay on Hands could be really good, but Blessing a Spell Warden will be fantastic for him. Trinket, Bubble is coming off cooldown. Actually, both Bubble and Blessing of Spell Warden are coming out. Radimus, I think he just doesn't realize this, but he is limited on what he can do. He needs to get in there and end Saya right now. Otherwise, he's going to have to deal with Spell Warden. He's going to deal with Bubble. He's going to try to go for a stun. Saya, unfortunately, is going to be able to get it, but it's going to be a Blessing of Sake also for the blind of Saya. He still can go for a stun, can he? No, just a full-on immunity, but Radimus needs to commit right now. 30 seconds until Saya gets an immunity. Radimus needs to end this duel ASAP. I don't know if he can do it. He needs to push somehow. He has to. Maybe next unlocked. Saya's gonna have a trinket for it, unfortunately. Radimus does have a Shield of Vengeance and wall here. So at the very least, he got the defensive. But it's gonna be a big hammer hanging over his head. Is that gonna do a lot of damage? They did buff it up quite a decent bit, so it should do decent damage. And Radimus' health is not looking all that good. Holy, not looking that good. Drinking out for Radimus. Lay on hands. Saya bought himself enough time to get himself yet another immunity. Is this just gonna be a clean sweep by my man Saya? Still a bubble available for Radimus. The next lockdown, if he's super low, he can at least trade with Saya. Saya is going to be able to trade Spell Warden, honestly, versus Radimus' bubble. And then he'll have a bubble later. And then Radimus, I think, will be out of options. Maybe Human Rachel will be back up by then. But like right now, yeah, Radimus is actually good to avoid Saya while he's got himself Blessing and Saint. So now you can actually go for a stun, full Wake of Ashes, and drop down Saya most likely. Or at least get him kind of low, put some pressure on him early. Blessing and Saint now for Radimus though. So now Saya knows to go in. Wake of Ashes, bubble early for Radimus. Blessing of Spell Warden for Saya. So that's going to be Radimus backing up under that. Radimus knows now he doesn't have an immunity. Saya just used his to counter it. And he has a bubble. So Saya always now has an ace in his back pocket. For Radimus, it's important to try to get some damage on the Saya. Searing Glare is going to be helpful in that. Is going to be able to get some damage going. Saya with Shield of Vengeance available. Is going to be Shield of Vengeance for Radimus as well. Saya trying to see if he can back up out of there. Keeping the distance keeping him at a bit of a bay here. Wake of Ashes off of that stun, and I think it's going to be done and done for Radimus. Saya even go for a Lay on Hands just to make sure he's used every cooldown up. Holy, that is 4 for that man. I don't want to see what this like border around the screen was. I might need to start fixing it. Attempt to release. Okay. All right, Blizzard. All right, Blizzard. All right, Blizzard. Let me go do some of this fixing. Nespreshka and Johnny, let me know when you guys' teams are ready. And we'll set another duel here, yeah? And we'll set another duel here. Midnight. I guess I can't call him Door Within. Midnight Duels 1. I guess is what I'm gonna call him. Kimpachi! Hey, and is it doing well? Okay. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Let me also bring up BNet, because I'm not going to be able to see like people's chats until I do that. Okay, so we are going to do this. Why are everybody's names like condensed like that? Is that normal? Okay, I think I'll do it like this. I don't know why they're so condensed like this though. Debuff padding. Is that normal? that normal, chat? I mean, I guess this is better than nothing, right? I guess this is better than nothing. Like, absolutely jack shit nothing, right? I guess this is okay. Nameplates. Yeah, because I would need to see everybody's names. I don't know why they did that. It's arena loaded tracks DR, I think. Oh, that might do it too, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it's like so thin. Is it blocky cast? No. Yeah, I don't know why they're blocks like that, you know what I mean? Why they're squares like that. Don't want them that big though. For the dual stuff? I probably don't, right? I probably don't. That maybe? I do not understand why they're like full on, why they're not full. You know what I mean? Oh, what the hell? Why am I zooming out so much? Okay. Okay. Why does it feel like there's now like... I'm like an Ogrimmar and it feels like there's almost like a input delay. Real quick. Is it DirectX 11 versus 12 maybe? Because I tried like... Because WoW I feel like it's been chugging a little bit in Dornagal and I felt like going for DirectX 11. No, it's like a little better. Is it just the difference between DirectX 11 or 12? Something's going on with the game for sure, man. Download Platinator, bro. It's amazing. Yeah, Platinator would maybe do it. Should I just do Platinator? Would that work for player frames too? No, it's still doing this weird like chugging thing. Maybe it isn't like DirectX or anything. I'm not even sure, man. I'm not even sure. Oh, bro, I don't know what was happening. It's so hard to explain what I'm talking about, Chad, but it's almost like there's an input delay. Like even just moving the mouse. I don't know how else to really explain it. It just feels odd. It just feels really odd. Feels like it's a little bit less than DirectX 12, but like, I don't even know, man. No, it's like still kind of there. Is it like the UI stuff? Is it because I can't tell actually. I actually, oh man. It's so weird. Okay, we'll just try it like this. Yo, what's up, Toxic? Hi, my man. Alright, so Noshmoshka, are we ready? Ready. And Johnny, ready. Okay. Invite spectator match. Johnny boy and Noshka. 5. What are we doing? Hook point? Assassin's absolute unplayable in PvP right now. Is it actually? That's unfortunate because it's a really fun spec. It is pretty good, generally speaking. Yeah, so should I download Platinator? What do you think Platinator would work for players? Because that could get Platinator, I guess, right? Tested it, no damage. Is it actually? That's unfortunate because that's such a good spec too. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Look, the health bars kinda... I mean, I guess they kind of kept these sides, but they didn't not just block it like they were. And I still have like this weird like outline. Oh, the outline is like based on whether I'm like near one team or another. Because look, yellow team, purple team. Yeah, I don't know what this outline is about. Can I fix that? Commentator, right? Comment spectator. No, I can't. Yes, okay, so there's gonna be a weird outline. I don't know how to fix that at all. That's so weird. Alright, which? It's like part of the in-game UI now. That's so odd, man. Yeah. Yeah, so look, it changes color based on which group I'm in. Because now it's like, look, it's just, oh, it's so weird. Yeah, I guess I'll need to start doing something with it. Might need to do like a slight zoom in because there is like a weird outline now. I've never seen this before. DC, hopefully you come back in. Hopefully the game lets you back in. Danduin getting silenced out. It is going to be some damage out by Goayers. Trying to see if he keep the pressure. Danduin's health does dip super low with a lay on hands to follow up right after him. There's going to be a Hunter's Mark to follow with Beast Shield Wrath available. Quite a bit of damage by Dando. What is this proc effect he's got going on? He's like sending out these shields at the other guy. Body shot down. Look at all that initial damage, dude. What is that? He's sending out like extra holy power at the guy or something. It is going to be a stun. It's going to be Goer just trying to see if he can just stay away from Dan. Just throwing down every single trap, binding shot, everything available. Man's looking for a full-on reset. It is going to get himself a camo. Even though it doesn't look like there's a camo, that stealth animation does mean he does have a camo. I am wondering if that was on purpose like that for the spectator stuff. Just so like we can see where they are so they don't get all translucent. Full stun onto Dan, and it's going to be Goer just trying to see if he can stay back the entire time. Needs to make sure there's some slows onto Dan on that approach. Got him so burst available with black arrows firing off too, but he's gonna have to go for a turtle shell. Actually getting quite a bit of damage to Dan, and it's gonna be full immunity. If Goresh can just survive for a little bit here, as soon as that immunity is out, he could potentially make a big play off of it. It is going to be Dan trying to maintain his health as best as possible. Binding shot almost walks into it, but it's not going to be enough, and it looks like Goresh does get struck down by the Paladino. That is so rough, man. That's so rough. With Catapelthus? Okay, I'm gonna need to figure out how to do this. I might need Dan, you may be right. I may need Platinator. Just so I can make these health bars like fairly massive. This is just base Blizz UI version. I did increase the size of him over in the spectator character, but yeah, it's a little rough looking. I feel like an old man trying to read this tiny text. Oh wait, they even gave like an extra like, oh, he has absorb shield on his health bar, like an effect. I guess that's new, isn't it? But Cat is going to try to see if he can leap into a spear. Dan has nowhere to go. Question is, does the warrior have enough output here? He got the Paladin exactly where he wants him. Paladin is still trying to see if he can run out of there. Parry up, but a full blessing of protection is going to be out for the Paladino. All the warrior can do is just try to see if he can survive as best as possible. Reflect, and unfortunately does not reflect the Hodge, which would have been an amazing reflect for him. As his health is dropping kind of low. Will need a rallying cry, needs something, but it looks like it's just not enough. Paladino already had a full burst available with the Demon Hunter. Vasi up next. Full havoc, full burst. Dan unable to really do much unless you gotta lay on hands, and I feel like Blade Dance and the blades are gonna be just enough in order to take them down. Nice smoke on the warrior. Definitely good looking warrior. Oh, immunity without vengeful retreat as the Stormbolt comes out. Still lands a full shockwave onto the Demon Hunter either way. Spear unfortunately does not keep him in place. It's gonna go for a full-on hunt, but right before that happens, that's going to be a fear. I-beam into yet another hunt, reflecting some of that damage back. But for Vasi, that still is a pretty big opportunity. Potentially lots of damage. He's going to back up out of this as soon as he had that hit and run. While Metamorphosis is active, while he can Blade Dance a couple of times, hit and run. Get out of there. Is going to go for that rift. Oh my god, the backflip into a fly up. He's just not letting this warrior catch it whatsoever. And those lances might be enough, actually. They barely kill. Oh my, he has got so much damage for this guy. And he's so elusive at the same time. Big Blade Dance into a Stormbolt. Finally, the warrior is able to lock him down for just a second. I-beam is going to go through though. And it's going to be potentially maybe one Blade Dance. One Blade Dance would do it. Holy. Disarm right after. Blade Storm available for the warrior maybe? No, it's just a proc. It's just Slayer. Never mind. I was thinking he was trying to Blade Storm out of there. Vasi is trying to see if he can use his maneuverability just to get around, protect. And it's not going to let him do much here. Double I-beam is going to go for a bit of a heal with the reflect. And the Demon Hunter is able to actually maintain himself against the warrior. I'm surprised Demon Hunter is like keeping himself up. Does go in for a quick hit, quick run. And then the guy is done. Sabado is going to be up next up. Especially, were you able to come back in from the DC? Or is it like perma gone? Perma knock you out? Because otherwise it's going to be what, Radamus and Sabado are going to have to find a way to pick up some victory. But Vasi unfortunately does not have a lot, does not have protection against the kidney shot of a rogue. For Sabado is in a decent spot there. Did burn over cooldown though. That was dance, that was blades. He actually has so many dances though. He can just keep pumping. He just keep pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. He got himself evasion as the army of undead surrounds him. Stunned right after. He's gonna need to use a vanish here, I think. Unless he can get some actual real big damage onto the DK. Vanish with cloak to let him get a full clean reset is gonna be the play. Eyes, I think. No, not picked up. How they picked up by the DK? Were they picked up by Leo? Gouge for a second. May need to be looking at a second vanish here. He's just taking so much damage. The undead horde is just absolutely devouring this guy. Does pick up a little bit of healing. Hopefully with a bit of a sippy cup as well. As the DK is approaching the second set of eyes. I don't even know if he picked up the first one. I assume he did. But he's picking up the second one that's available in the arena. And Sabado needs to get himself a reset. He got dances, so if he can go for lockdowns, He could make something happen. Great sap to Leo. The ghoul is unfortunately going to get in combat with you. So if you can get yourself a proper go, here's going to be a kidney shot. Shrink it out for the DK. Lockdown onto the rogue, as it's going to be the dark transformation with some of the undead summoning up as well. Look at that army of undeads, but big burst out of the rogue. Is it going to be enough? Disarm onto the DK, but he's got himself death pack to get himself a little bit extra health to work with. Still super low on health, but this is going to be enough to take him down. With Radimus going to be up next versus the Death Knight. Unfortunately, look at those judgments. There just isn't much that the DK can do in this situation. I don't think. Stun, I think it's just done. Unless you can pre-AMS it, that's about all you can do potentially. Does get AMS last second with a blind and a heal off of Radimus. Leo trying to see if he can fight through. It's going to be a tough one. I don't think it might even be possible for him, but he's definitely giving it a try. Summoning up all of these undeads little by little. Even the animation looks kind of interesting, kind of good. Just a big old like green necrolordy type of like calling up the undeads from the dirt. Oh, the Culturus arena. Makes you wonder why they're dead bodies in the Culturus arena then. It's supposed to be fish. It's a fish market. Is it the Ashwin company burying people? What is happening? Man. Is your Kargat's fist weapons on my Fear Warrior? I did. They look good. Look good with a Mog too. Like blue Mog, blue fists. I feel like those fists don't get used as much as Mogs anymore. They used to, but not really. I feel like if any fist weapons people use, it's still those like Wrath of Lich King that look kind of like glaives, but they're not glaives. Because they look sick. They look cool as hell. Radimus immediately gonna get struck down by Saya with a Blessing of Saint, so he knows he can't really go for a stun. He's still gonna land a stun on him. Shield defense up immediately. Hammer's still over his head. It's not gonna feel good. Lay on hands, and Radimus is forced to use defenses here super early, while Saya is perfectly defensible. I think, yeah, there goes a bubble out for Radimus. He just can't break through Saya's Shield of Vengeance and can't really put pressure, unlike Saya, when he's just able to just run up to Radimus. And with that stun, might actually be able to possibly secure a win. Yeah, I think he just wins this. I think with that immunity, all Radimus can do is maybe land a juke. Searing Glare maybe helps a little, but I don't even know if it works. I don't even know if it does anything. I actually don't know if it does anything at all. And Dan does pick up 2. Well done, well done. Let's get us another one going here, boys, yeah? Uno más, uno más, uno más. Tier 3 redemption. Yeah, tier 3 does look really good, man. It does look really good. That's for sure. Alrighty, let me also, I saved that one, I think, right? Johnny and the special cut. Let me know when you guys' teams are all good to go. We'll set it again. Looks like Johnny is ready. I think he just wrote, yeah, ready. And then Nespeshka, whenever he's ready, man. Or if you guys need more duels, man, or more groups. Here we go. I need to start saving them as midnight duels, man. Let me switch back over to. Let me try switching back over to the RX11, man. I don't really know if I can't tell, dude. I can't tell, dude. I can join if you need any. You're more than welcome to join us if you got spots, man. More than welcome to join us if you got spots. For sure. For sure, friend. All right, both groups are ready. We'll get you guys into a. We don't really have a lot of casters tonight, do we? I was gonna say we should do a 12-bit run, but without a lot of casters, only so much we could do. Blackrock Hold, maybe? Does Daspik that wasn't able to join? Is everybody online? Johnny boy's on. Kasperska's on. Does Rook not work? Oh, what the hell? Did I mess up one of you guys' names? Naspershka and Johnny, make sure you guys check your groups to make sure you're lead. Yeah, double check to make sure you're lead, because I think Naspershka might have gotten DC'd and you might need to have somebody pass your lead. It might be that. Double check it real quick so I can queue us up. Because it's not letting me queue for some reason. Yeah. Pulling up all with 9 levels left. I can enjoy a piece and I'll check value 42 hours. Hell yeah, bud. Hell yeah, bud. Hell yeah. That'll be fun, right? That'll be plenty of fun. I am glad that at least they got like the health bars to be not as like super like deadly accurate as they were for a good bit of a beta. Like actually like clicking on the health bars is so much easier. So good. Alrighty, let's try it again. Okay, no. Nesmershka, double check that you have lead. And Johnny also. I'm lead. Johnny says lead. I'll double check with Nesmershka real quick and we'll see if that maybe is the solution. Maybe not. We'll find out in a little bit. I am surprised that I'm only getting like 120 frames out here in, what's it called? In Agomar. Lead now? Okay. There we go. That was the fix. Yeah, I kind of hate this little board that I got going on when I'm like following people. I can't fix it. I don't think I can actually, chat. If you want a better nameplate, use a better Blizz blades and better Blizz frames. I feel like it's good as we get for PvP. Yeah, better Blizz plates? Maybe. That might be the play. Yeah, I don't know if they'll affect these nameplates, but like that's something I'll need to experiment with. Maybe I'll do that for tomorrow. Forgot about this. What's up, Wes? Hey, my guy. Yeah, Primer though, you're more than welcome to join us if you got spots, man. If any of the groups need any more bodies, I'm having them like update me. Does Fury feel good? Actually, in actual Midnight 2, by the way, yes, it feels pretty great to play. It feels amazing in pre-patch without returning your management. It feels really good. It feels like you don't have cooldowns. It's so nice, man. You just constantly pumped. Crazy. Which. Got ourselves over for the team one, ready to go. WDC, FDC, and again happens on load screen. Oh no, dude. Are they going with 4-man instead? That is so unfortunate if that is the case. No. Upgraders, the Discord is also updating. Nice. Hell yeah. We'd love to see it. AMS up for Leo. Dude, we're gonna need to figure out what's going on in Special Command. It might be an add-on. Whatever that add-on is, Leo doesn't look like he's rocking that add-on himself, but he's just gonna truck by the rogue. Why can he do in that type of a situation? He's trying to live, but it's gonna be Sabado. Oh my god, the amount of damage you put into that rogue. Jesus. Damn. That was a lot. You monster. What'd you do to that guy? Holy, it looked like Sabado was just absolutely dumpstering Leo, but Leo just turned it around on him just out of left field. It's crazy. Sometimes if you jump or press an enter Q, you can DC him. Is that true? Is that real? Now, Smoshka, try to see if you can just join back in, man. Try to see if you can load back in. Maybe it'll let you, because previously people would be able to see you can just load back in. And just load back in. Or if it's letting ya. Just like click the arena icon and like enter arena. I wonder if it'll work. Cause it might, I don't know. Gotta be a full wake up matches of the stun onto Leo, who's just gonna have to find a way to keep fighting through this. AMS is up. He's trying to keep the AMS going as best as possible. Dan hit with a blind immediately. And this is where the DK is trying to see if you keep the pressure onto the Paladin as best as possible. The Death Knight, however, his health is not doing good whatsoever. What are you going to do in this kind of situation? Got himself big death strikes back to back just to keep himself afloat here. As it's going to be the Paladin getting yoinked in. Paladin's getting kind of low. Unless the DK has like spell steal with the bubble, I don't think there's much he can do. He does have AMS, so he's going to give him a bit of protection here. Death Pact, I think, is also available unless the UI is not getting tracked properly. He does get himself health. Death Pact is available, but he will need himself a little bit of damage. And wake up! Oh, wait, hold on. Army of Undead might just do it. Hold on a second. I think he just got the end of it down and does take it. Oh my goodness! The Neonoli is quite formidable, is it not? Holy moly, boys! What is that? That was some damage. That was some burst. You just gotta wait until the army is back and he's good to go. Not a huge fan of the outline screen. I can't fix it. It's a Blizzard UI. It all depends on where I'm tracking. And you can see that the UI itself changes like yellow or purple depending if I'm tracking Team Yellow or Team Purple, man. I can't fix that, Wes. Unfortunately, I can't really affect it. Yeah, with these two available over for the Team 2 though. I am probably gonna find a way to like in post remove the outline when we are like when this becomes a video, right? When these duels become a video, I'll remove the outline so you guys don't see it. So if you're watching it as a YouTube video, you're like, what outline is it talking about? I don't see nothing. That's because I did something. That's because I did something. It is going to be a bit of damage towards the IBF out by the DK. He's going to try to go for a kick on the Pally, but it's going to be juked, and he does give an opportunity to go for a Searing Glare. plus also ACC immunity whenever he does get a juke. It is going to be some damage out by Radimus, getting Paladin kind of low. But I think right now for Leo, he just waited until the army is back up and available. He needs AMS. I think Deathpack would help. Right, having some defenses to work here would be pretty good. But he does need to get himself, I think, the army to get a lot of that damage going. But also just diseases and looks like that pet are doing a decent bit of damage, especially with dampening getting higher and higher. Like, he is actually in a decent spot. Stun. It is going to be Army of Undead. As long as you keep Radimus next to you and let the army do a lot of the work, maybe even a group in, it is going to force a bubble out of him. Here goes the bubble. You need to make sure you have an out. The army is still active. I don't know how long they're going to be active for, but it's going to be still army pumping in. More mages are getting summoned up, and Radimus does not have a big immunity anymore. Question is, does the Death Knight have enough survivability to live this long enough to get himself even more undeads and even more ghouls summoned up? Because he's continuously pumping out as many ghouls as possible. Quick blind onto the Paladino. Does have an AMS for the counter pressure, but that Radimus can put out with the Dawnlight. Question is, does Leo have enough of finishing power here? I don't know if he does. He can continue summoning a bunch of ghouls over and over. He's summoning up a bunch of mages too, which are doing a decent bit of damage, decent bit of overall work. Pop and a slow into Radimus, but I think it might come down for Leo to just wait out, because now Spell Warden as well as Bubble are gone. I don't have Lane Hands available for the Death Knight, for the Paladino, but it looks like that stun Radimus and the Searing Glare. Yeah, not much you can really do about it. AMS up for Leo. 20 seconds until Army of Undead is available. The best Leo can do right now is at least do some damage from a distance and summon up a bunch of Undeads too. Maybe get a kick, maybe get some healing. Stun short onto the Paladino. Does go for a trinket. Unless the Death Knight can just heal. 10 seconds until Army of Undead is available. Maybe he can go for an AMS or something. Last second AMS? No, unfortunately, Radimus does slay the Unholy Death Knight, who did a really good job. I mean, he kept on pumping for quite a while. He was doing really good. He was doing really good. The amount of burst damage this guy has is huge. Unfortunately, we are missing a body over for the team too. So there's only so many people you can fight against them, but between the Warrior and the Paladin, hopefully they'll be able to hold their own. So team 1 actually gets a couple of solid chances to actually play the game. Is it gonna be Cat? Oh yeah, he does look like, dude, he looks like a Paladin, doesn't he? I didn't realize he would have a helm. Right, he is a Paladin set, bro. It actually does look so good. You guys are right. Even the sword matches his Mog too. My goodness, what a set. It looks so good. Radimus does get hit with a Storm Bolt. I don't know what's happening to the Warrior, though. He's just Super Saiyan blinking all over the place. He just hit Mach 5, man. He's just all over the place. Leaping in. I was like the shortest leap I've ever seen. Can you actually leap that short? Place storm out for the Warrior. Shield minutes out for Radimus. He doesn't have an immunity, so this could be an opportunity for the Warrior to make something happen. But Radimus just absolutely chunking out a good portion of the man's health bar. How many leaps can you do? You just had a leap. Oh, wait, you leapt to the spear. That's what it was. You press spear and you leapt to the spear. That's what it was. That wasn't a real heroic leap. It was a fake leap. I forgot about that. Reflect and Hodge back at Radimus, forcing him to pop a human racial to break out of that stun. Stormbolt around the corner does connect, but now he's going to be completely immune to Stormbolts. And it's going to be Cat at least get himself a bit of that defensive zone. At least get himself a bit of that shielding to at least offset some of the damage into his health bar. Radimus is in a good spot with 20 seconds left on the bubble. Trinket available, but he won't have access to it because of human racial DR. Unfortunately. DDH would be able to go third and start to go with 10 stacks of meta. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Unfortunately, we only have a Havoc here, but maybe Rest in Hell will pop in as DDH or something. Who knows, right? Reflect out for Cat. As long as there's no Hodge by Radimus, it should be okay. Shield Advantage is holding on strong, man. I mean, Shield Advantage looks like it doesn't even break until that War Breaker comes out or Colossus Smash comes out. Because they're one and the same. All just called Colossus Smash, but act like a War Breaker. And Cat, unfortunately, not in a great spot to keep the longevity versus Radimus. He's going to try to see if he can back up out of there. Quick Disarm to follow him. It is going to be a Cat. Try to see if he can get a spear in. Can't go for a fake lead, but he's using that route though, just to stay away from the Paladino. Paladin wants to get out of the spear as best as possible to catch up to Cat. But I don't think the game is going to let him, is it? Just needs a little bit more damage. Just a little bit more pressure. Barry out for Cat. With a bit of that battle stance to follow. He's got himself the most amount of damage. I think, unfortunately, picking up the ice is going to take 5% more damage. I don't think it'll be enough to really put him in a bad spot, but I think it's just a matter of time until Radimus gets himself another Wake of Ashes. The Warrior can at least stop a lot of the Paladin's damage until Burst comes out. He's able to survive for a decent bit. Like, he's just still living and actually putting in sustained pressure. The heals are actually helping him out. It might, I don't know, I think it's going to be a situation where Animus needs an immunity, but really, I mean, Cat is giving him the business right now. He's not making it easy. Trying to go for a kick. Does get to juke it. Next Wake of Ashes, I think, is going to be the end. He's actually still able to tussle with the Paladin. Look, he didn't win that duel, but he was tussling him for a very long time. It was at 20% health for like a good minute or something. Good 30, 40 seconds maybe. 45, split the difference between that and 30 seconds, you know, minute 30. But Guerrero starting out with camo, it's so weird that we don't get to see you in like full on, like translucent camo. But instead we see you just waddle around like this. It's gonna go for a freezing trap. I think all Guerrero's needs here is like a nice little setup. Full Bestial Wrath. Get as much damage out as possible. That extra pet that you summon is also a huge value. And all Guerrero's needs, he's going to go for a stun. Blessing of Protection out. You can actually dispel it if you have Trank Shot. I don't know if he is running Trank Shot. He is going to go for a wall here. Definitely needs to go for Trank Shot. Try to go for a kick. Unfortunately, it is a physical interrupt. So I think it does get immune by the Blessing of Protection. Shield of Vengeance up. Radimus is just trying to see if he can collapse some damage onto Guerrero's. Botting shot to follow. Does he have enough here? Got himself wall, everything available. Wailing Arrow to follow up. Massive damage. Radimus got himself at least a little bit of self heals into a bubble to follow him. I don't know for Guerrero's though. Things are looking a little bit rough. He's got himself wall at least, at the very least. This is full immunity out of Radimus. He seems to have a bit of damage. He's going to trade from the wall into immunity of his own, just staying next to. What is this movement speed you got going on? You're so fast. Is that Cheetah? Is that just Cheetah or is that just normal movement? I don't understand. But it is going to be short stun. Radimus is taking some black arrow hits back to back. Is going to have so many pets on him. Actually, Guerrero's with a Wailing Arrow might secure it. Does pop him like a balloon. With the Warrior leaping in. Try to see if he can give it a quick end for Guerrero's. He sees a little bit of damage. Just a quick execute does it. Oh my god. With the Warrior, with the Death Demon Hunter going to be up next. I'm literally going through every class besides the right one. As the Warrior is gonna have to find a way to wait until the Demon Hunter is no longer flying all over him to go for a shockwave. With the spear right after, you're stuck with him. But the question is, Vasi, does he go for Blur? He does have one charge. He does use one. Wall available for the Warrior too. So it's really going to be down to whoever ends up doing the most amount of damage here. Disarm onto Vasi for a second. Does end up removing it with a hunt, but it's going to be Stormbolt for a second. Still has the hunt available to him. You look at that mobility, man. He's zooming around all over the place. He's just shifting around. What is this movement for this guy? He's got so much movement. It is crazy. Look at that. He is rushing out, rushing back in, and he's doing so much damage. It's crazy. And flying up in the air, lances. It's over. It is over. Wait, Warrior activated Cheat Death, but he's gonna die either way. Yeah, Warrior did activate Cheat Death, but it's over. Unfortunately. My goodness. At least I think that was a Cheat Death. I'm not sure. I am not 100%. Let's get us another one going here, boys. Yeah, dude, Blizzard UI does not like the spectator dose, but it is functioning. Barely, but it is functioning. Oh my god. I'm gonna try to see if I can go back to a DirectX 12, man. I'm gonna need to figure this stuff out. I feel like DirectX 12 plays better. WoW and DirectX 12 plays much better with like OBS and recording and all those other things. I think that's what might be down to. I noticed it's doing like a little more like crazy stuttering in Dornagal, but I'm not 100% though. I'm not 100%, man. I need to mess around with settings. Unless it's just up to Blizzard to fix it. Who knows, man? Who knows? Good night, how you doing, by the way, Christopher's first dose of free patch? Yeah. Alright, Nasmoshka, let me know when you're good. And Johnny Boy, also let me know when you're good. Also make sure you're our lead. We'll send it. We'll send another one. These are fun, man. I'm surprised we don't have a Devourer. I'm surprised we don't have a Devourer. Let me actually try to see if I can go to Dornagal. I want to see if it's like... Where's Dornagal? Oh, yeah, this guy does not have Dornagal unlocked. Okay, yeah, that wouldn't do it. That wouldn't work. Like, Ogrimmar feels good. All the other zones feel pretty good. Like, Dornagal in particular is chugging really, really badly. I wonder if there's like a setting I can enable or disable or something. But yeah, kind of sucks after one win. Does it suck after one win? Yeah, it's just not worth for duels. That's rough if that's true. Alright, so Johnny is good. Team ready? I want to see if Nasmoshka is down, because Nasmoshka so far has not got a chance to play, man. He's DCing. Make sure you disable like all of your add-ons, man. Just in case, you know? Because you never really know. You never really know. Waiting for lead. Alright. Been waiting for these with class changes for refreshing. That is not spell bloated. Yeah, true. Radimus is lead. Do I have Radimus on Real ID? Radimus. Do I have him added? I don't think I do. Hold on. Can I find Radimus by the character name? RH add Radimus. I don't think I have Radimus. Yeah, no. I don't think I have him added. Yeah, I need to have a person on Real ID. Disable all the non-working add-ons and DC stop. Especially disable all non-compatible add-ons. Yeah, I would just disable all add-ons at this point, honestly. But yeah, anything that's non-compatible, you definitely have to disable those. Ready? Okay. We'll do a... If not Toblerone. We just did like Dalaran sewers. Because I feel like with so many melee, like a smaller map is probably a little better. We should probably do at least one Toblerone, right? Yeah, hopefully Nesposhka does get in. Looks like we got 2 rogues. I think we're good, chat. I think we are good. Battleground enemies is a huge loss for BGs. Oh, I could kind of agree. Well, I didn't use it myself when I was doing solo or BGs or BG Blitz. But yeah, I can see that because it is info. Although I had my UI laid out so I could see things a little, you know, see things better without it. But I imagine that most people probably didn't do anything like that. Alrighty, switch. Got ourselves Nesposhka actually joining in. It's a hard. I wish I could see like everybody's names on the right hand side. I'm sure they'll fix it at some point in the future. You know, maybe by the final patch at midnight, maybe by the last Titan. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's gonna be Nesposhka immediately get caught and imprisoned by the Demon Hunter into stone right after him. Also, they're in prison. I feel like we've never seen the animation of a prison until now. Nesposhka is getting torn up immediately. This rogue is not even given a chance to breathe, and the Demon Hunter just doesn't let him do anything at all. Is gonna go for a trinket. Got himself darkness down, and Nesposhka just try to see if he can back up out of there. Cloak of Shadows with a reset fully. Vast did take a lot of damage though, so for the rogue, he gets hit, but he also can hit pretty hard too. First aid to try to see if he can recover whatever health he can. Blind by the rogue, unfortunately. Is that because he couldn't sap him? I think it might have been, yeah. It might have been that, just that, actually. Kid shot to follow. Does he have a cheap shot? It is going to be locked down. The fact that rogues, they only need 2 stuns to get full burst into you and knock you out is crazy work. It's going to be flared down. Gore is going to hit with a cheap shot into a freezing trap. Onto the rogue. The rogue trickets with another cheap shot to follow up. Disarmor after him. He's got himself plenty of damage output right now, but he's not going to have the CC he needs for this for a moment. Doesn't have an out at all, so he's going to just stay on top of the Hunter. Hunter forced to pop a turtle. So the rogue with his cooldowns actually able to press pressure onto the Hunter. I think the rogue actually would have loved to get stunned while in smoke bomb there, but it's not like it really matters. It's going to be a chimeric poison. Does himself a step. As long as he can stay on top of the Hunter, he'll be okay. But the Hunter is cutting him out quite well. And I think for the rogue, it might just be lights. He's got so many pets on him with the beast jumping in, the bear, everything. Yeah, unless you have an easy reset, I think all you can do is go behind the pillar and avoid kill commands, maybe. But Gohar's just left with not a lot of health whatsoever. Gonna be a big cleaves out by the warrior. Unfortunately, he's gonna end up cleaving the enemy team just a little bit. But that is just kind of like a thing with Thane. I don't think he's trying to cleave people. Just try to play his class as best as he can. I don't even know what killed him. It wasn't even like on him. He was behind the pillar with a guy and maybe just had a bleed on him or something. I know the warriors do have bleeds nowadays, so maybe that was the case. Spear down onto Cat. Cat won't be able to do much here. It's going to be defensive spear more than anything. The warrior does use a leap on the spear ability. The unique effect that you get when using the spear. Disarm for disarm is going to be a full shockwave to follow him. And this is the Fury Warrior versus Arms. It is going to be a full parry for Protector. I think he does need to use the defensive here just to stop gap a lot of the damage. You won't be able to heal off of the parries. because Wildcat has died with the sword, you can't really heal effectively, but now you might be able to catch up a little bit of healing, making sure to break out of the fear as soon as possible. Whatever health you can pick up right now is what's really going to fuel you for the rest of this duel, and it looks like Fury does outmatch the Arms Warrior. Unless the Arms, he switches to sword and board. Look at him switch to sword and board. Is that actually swap? I think that's actually a weapon swap, man. He popped block. He literally popped a block to make sure he's blocking at least some of those attacks and reduce it as best as he can. Holy. And there goes the disarm for a second. Unless he got something right now. He needs a block. He needs a defensive, man. He needs a defensive. It is going to be a bit of that damage, but nah. It is rough. It is rough. The Thunderous Furious Warrior is able to put in some pressure, though. And this guy so far holding his own. Is it going to be Holy Saya? Looks like they're sending Saya up next. We do have quite a lot of people still over on the team too, but the Warrior so far is doing work, man. Look at that. Look at that. Well done, well done. Oh yeah, Blizzard also did give me this mount, by the way. It was super delayed compared to like when everybody else got it. They were just like, okay, yeah, oh yeah, this Dalaran, yeah, I forgot about you. Here you go, man. Here you go, guy. Here's your mount. Oh man. Reflect up by the Fury Warrior, and I think this is where Sai decided to delay the Hodge, maybe saving it for a little bit later. The Fury Warrior is taking loads of hits by Saya, though, man. Look at them procs, dude. The holy procs are massive. Just extra additional damage that the Warrior just gotta deal with, man. Unless he's got mobility to catch up to Saya, maybe a leave defensive behind the pillar, just live, just AFK for a bit. I think he needs to reflect a Hodge onto Saya. If you can get a Hodge reflected, he'll be golden. Fear for a second, that is gonna help you pick up a little bit of healing. Question is, oh no, it's just gonna be way too much. Way too much damage. Was that cheat death from the Warrior? Might have been, right? Might have been. Radimus is gonna be up next though. Sai did not have to use any of his immunities there, so he's actually in a good spot. Spell Warden, Bubble, all of these things are still available. Guess I'm still hating on Paladins. Have you seen Devourer Demon Hunter's Quisters? They're one-shotting people. Maybe not in duels, but like any other form of PvP. Apparently they're a menace. And a half. And a half. It's going to be a Blessing of Saint by Saya with the Shield of Vengeance to follow. Dude, that Shield of Vengeance with wall combo, it feels like as soon as Saya pops it, his health doesn't go anywhere. Radimus' shield does deplete, but Saya's, it feels like it almost never goes anywhere. Laying hands out for Radimus. Did Saya use the laying hands? Oh, he's just doing so much more damage to Radimus, though. I don't know what kind of build Saya's got, but he's just pumping output the entire time. Laying hands for Saya. It is a trade on laying hands and a bubble from Radimus. So Radimus maybe he can go for Blessing of Spell Warden later, but you'll have that Forbearance blocking it for a little bit. So maybe he can go for a little bit of self-healing here. Maybe some Dawn Light, Eternal Flame, Flash of Heal, or Flash of Light. That could maybe be the play here. How much is that? It is like a 6-month mount. You can get it on the shop, or if you have a 6-month subscription, you get it for free. It's like I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a horse for the Chinese New Year. Since it's the year of the horse, they wanted to make a cool looking horse. It's like a fiery Pegasus horse looking thing. It's pretty neat. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be. Pretty sure. There's a whole pet, and that's the pet is related. Like pet is exactly the same style, and it's related to like the Chinese New Year. But yeah, he's got his own Uma Musume. You know what I mean? He's got his own Uma. Radimus, though, he does have Spell Warden here to work with. I don't know if that'll be enough to deal with Saya. Saya still has a Bubble and Spell Warden, so it's going to be a bit of a tough matchup for him. Able to break through defense on Saya. Saya go for immunity really early. It actually looks like so did Radimus. He doesn't have a Spell Warden of his own. So it might be in a really tough spot. Unless he can just heal this, Saya is going to be able to lock him down. Full stun every single one of these hits with a massive hammer over the man's head. Unless you can find a way to pick up your health a little bit there, I think it's just over. Yeah, it's just so rough. And Saya just continues to truck people along. He's still got a bubble in case he needs to. And I think he's waiting, giving enough time for maybe laying hands to come back, which is very possible. Gouge onto Saya. Get a shot to follow. As there's going to be a bubble out of Saya the Paladino. Wake of Ashes is available. Shot is for the Rogue as he goes in for a quick vanish. Does go in for a quick step to follow him. Is it going to be maybe enough here for him? Enough damage, enough output. Got himself a little bit of damage. Blind right after. Blind to follow into Saya. He's going to go for a trinket of his own, I think, before Dawnlight hits him. So he can get himself maybe a reset. Does get himself a reset. The Rogues, they actually have quite a bit of burst. Saya without a bubble, I think it might be light for him. He does have a trinket. So Sabado just got to be very careful. He won't have a trinket of his own. Saint. Sanct unfortunately makes the stun less powerful, but the burst goes through either way. If Sai does not have a way to stop this rogue with a stun or a blind or anything, I mean, the rogue is just going to be able to run amok. Absolutely run amok. Vanish for the rogue. And honestly, I think maybe go in for a dance and just go in for more damn, unless you got no secret technique. The rogue may just have to do damage or something. Smoke bomb, he just tried to live it. I don't know if it'll be enough. Yeah, Dawnlight unfortunately is going to end you. I think at that point, you just got to press dance and Shadow Strike spam the other guy and Eviscerate spam him. I feel like Subtlety Rogue has so much burst whenever you do have cooldowns. Just whenever you press your buttons, it hits really hard. Hello, down. Let's see you doing great. What's up, Beckett, my guy? Why are my health bars so poorly visible? You might have to adjust your nameplates. Yeah, you might have to adjust your nameplates. There's now a whole like new set of settings for nameplates, and you might need to fiddle with it. That or download there is an add-on called Planinator. It changes the plates. The nameplate's looking quite a bit of variety. Quite a bit of variety. Like if you want to make them OG, like classic version, you could, if you really wanted to. But Saya tried to see if you keep the pressure onto Danduin with a trinket. May need to be looking for a bubble. Hold on, Saya's actually trucking him down. Hold on a second. Saya just pressing the offensive. Lay on hands to follow. Does Saya have a lay on hands? He does not, but he's just putting pressure onto Dan. Dude, Saya figured out the damage as a paladin. He just knows how to pump. I don't even know. He figured something out for pre-patch, man. He knows when to put in pressure, and Dan does unfortunately cut him down. But he went and lasted there for quite a while. Did really good. Unfortunately against Leo. Leo does have full army ready to go. Lay on hands available for Dan. Bubble, Bop, and everything else well. But yeah, watching the stream, Hellbars almost phase out of combat. Wait, no, I mean here, watching the stream, the phase out in combat? The Hellbars? It might be because they're small, man. It might be because they're small. I try to make them as big as possible, Crysters. Promise you, I try to make them as large as I could, and Dan, oh no! Unfortunately, he does go down. Unfortunately, he does go down. Unfortunate. Let's get ourselves another one going, boys, yeah? Let's get ourselves another one going. And uno mas in here, yeah? Nesmershka and Johnny, let me know when you guys are good. What I could do is I could experiment by making the health bars as large as possible. Because on allies they look all blocky, but on like enemies, like train dummies, oh, they also look blocky here. I don't know what it is with this character specifically, but when I log in, they look all like scrunched. Look, this just makes them blockier. They are larger, but they just look blocky. I could try making them super large and see if that does anything. You see again a loading screen? Yeah, make sure you don't have any add-ons that are incompatible, man. I would limit the amount of add-ons you're using. Ideally, maybe even none, because it is not unusual for there to be like bugs and random DCs because of add-ons. In every new expansion is always like that, to be honest. Like, to be fair. But yeah, I'll double check. What class is doing good right now? I think Unholy Death Notes were doing really good. They were doing quite a bit of damage. Wait, Arthur did get Mythic Dimensions with a pug. Let's go. We are alive. All right, let's do a Toveron. Here we're gonna Toveron. Now would be the time to do it. I use 2 add-ons, one for holy power and one for player's HP bar. That's it. Yeah, limiting how many you're using would be ideal. Means that I use shit. Yeah. I think what it is, they fade when people are affected by buffs and debuffs and shields and combat effects. I didn't notice. Oh yeah, it doesn't look like the size of these health bars matters. Because look, I made health bars super massive, but they're still like kind of tiny, as you can see. Yeah, so it doesn't affect it on my end at all. That's so weird. Yeah, I have no idea. They haven't been phasing for me. I don't really know, man. I mean, unless I've just been not paying attention. Maybe. Maybe. At least they are working. At least there is a hell bar. It's better than, you know, not having one. Alrighty, boys. Which? Let me skip a route. Here we go. If there is a spot, I'll let you know. Okay, Drudy wants to play, by the way. Drudy wants to do some duels. If you guys want to invite somebody, if you ever need a body, get a shot onto Cat, who's going to go for immediate trinket, disarm to follow. Give the burst damage out of the roll. Oh my god. Holy. Sub rogues, baby. Sub rogue, baby. The burst this class can do, man. The burst this class can do means there's nothing you can do. The Sabata was looking for a quick escape out of the Demon Hunter. But I don't think he's gonna let you. That Glaive, I think it's a Dalaran new. He's trying to see if he can let us out, but the Demon Hunter is in combat. The Sabata, unless you go in for some kind of CC gouge, unless he has himself a proper stun lock combo, Kidney Shot is gonna be huge. But it's gonna be a trinket out for the Demon Hunter. Vanish out for Sabata, and it looks like Sabata is gonna wait it out until the stun DRs are gone. He needs just to wait this out a little bit until he can go back for like a proper stun. Maybe he'll have enough comp points for another Kidney Shot too. Possibly. It's going to be the big hunt with a disarm onto the Demon Hunter. Still has himself mad damage though. Sabata still making sure to go for a cheap shot. Is it going to be enough though? Does he have another stun? We can go for another lockdown, but it looks like the Demon Hunter got way more damage than you bargained for. Absolutely trucked him. Holy moly. That's one rogue into the next, and for Vass, unfortunately, he did burn a Metamorphosis. So unless he can just go chilling behind the pillar, if you go for first aid, unless the rogue runs at him, he's not going to. And not going to. Ain't going to. He's just gonna wait it out and let it be an honor duel, man. Gonna let it out. Is the shields absorbs to take over the health bar and take away the color? Oh, is that? Yeah, I guess there is some shielding to it, but it's not the health. It's just they kind of cover the health bar. Like, look, it doesn't take away. There's still purple. It's just like there's like a streak. Yeah, there's like a streak. I guess it's supposed to be like a shielding effect or something. Maybe it's bugging, maybe it's not. It's hard to tell. But it is like a shield, I guess, over the health. It doesn't really take it away, I guess. Oh, it looks like it is just a different type of shield. Because look, he's got an absorb, but the other guy has a different type of absorb. Yeah, maybe it's just bugging on him. Maybe not. I don't really know. Hard, really difficult to tell, honestly. And Smeshka is going to go for a reset with that smoke, but I'm trying to make sure he can save even more vanishes. Vaz is going to get himself quite a bit of movement. Rushing in and out. Is going to try to go for a backwards retreat, though. I do like his little charges that he's doing with the fell rushes. That looks sick. Double cheap shot by Smeshka, but it's going to be now immunity for Demon Hunter. Is going to go for Sigil of Fear onto Smeshka. Did that have a delay? Longer delay than I'm used to. Haunt onto the Smeshka, big blade dance to follow. This is where the Demon Hunter might be in a fantastic spot. Try to use whatever mobility he can just to stay afloat and reduce some of the damage taken from the rogue. Does eventual retreat still reduce damage? I think it does, right? I beam right after for Vass. Cheap shot by the rogue. Is it going to be enough? Metamorphosis for the DH. He's got himself loads of damage. Oh, and the rogue just blows up. Vass just shrugged the rogue down without even needing CC at the end there. That was crazy. Model output is ridiculous. So good. Damn. I wonder what kind of talent build he's going for, though. Is he going to pick up new talents in order to get himself those like crazy demon surges that are like hit multiple times? Where like first demon surge will hit again, so that lets you build up the damage even further. Stun by Dan. He's got himself plenty of output versus Vass, and Vass, unless you can go for a self-heal, man, you might be in a bit of a rough spot. You got Blur coming up very, very soon. We'll definitely use it. Does use Blur. Unfortunately, does not have immunities, though. Is able to at least kind of keep up with Dan in prison for a second. He's rushing past him, picking up whatever souls fragments he can. But he's just in a bit of a rough spot. He does have a blade dance just to give himself a shield. Just for a second. I beam to get himself a little bit of leech. Look at that health he's picking up right now. Holy, hold on a second. Is he actually catching up? He's flopping the air. He had that angle for at least one lance on the Dan. But Vaz is at least able to spook the paladin behind the pillar. Vaz, if you can go in there and if you can avoid an immune a stun with eventual retreat, that'd be ideal for you. Charging in, stun to Dan. I beam to follow. It's gonna give you lots of healing. Hold on a second, dude. No burst and Orchard Force. Look at him picking up all the health, dude. He just healed. Did he first stay behind the pillar that I just didn't notice or something? He's just rushing around with a hunt. Trying to see if he can delay it, maybe. Never use the hunt. Is gonna end up using it now. Do you have a new follow-up? Stun by Dan. Dan, you're in a rough spot, man. The hunt is hurting, and if Demon Hunter follows up with any good damage after, it's gonna be pain. Big I-beam, charging right in. Blade Dancer follow, got himself the Demon Surge is proccing. That is again absorbed by the Shield of Vengeance, flying up in the air. Get whatever range damage you can versus Dan. Sigil of Misery unfortunately does not connect. Blur's available for the Demon Hunter, may just need it. Does pop a blur. Full magic immunity out for the Paladin. But are you immune to chaos damage? Because that is mixed of magic and physical. Chaos might actually bypass it. I don't think it would, but maybe. That is a full metamorphosis stun. Trinkets out of it with the stun right after. Abyssal Gaze to pump right through, and oh, just absolutely surging through. Demon Hunter surges past the Paladino. Is going to need someone here. Does eventually treat, but while metamorphosis is active, that's a lot of leech. It's a lot of self-healing. He's able to zoom around versus protect. Able to go for those hit and runs, man. Zooming around with yet another item available. Able to go up in the air and just pelt it from the sky. A couple of lances will do the work. This guy's insane. For real though, this guy's actually doing insane. Is that going to be second win kicking in? I think it might be second win, right? Is it? Is it still dotted? Wait, is second win not a thing anymore? Wait, chat, hold on. Is second win not a thing anymore? It looks like protect either not running second win or it's just not a thing. I'm a little perplexed. It's gonna be Vast trying to see if he can get some damage onto the warrior. Is going to rush past him. He's seeing the warrior pop in a defensive. This way, the Demon Hunter is trying to be very elusive. He's either on top of the warrior, blade dancing, or he's flipping all over him, just trying to stay out of that melee range, man. If you can actually stay away from those melees of a warrior, you're actually reducing quite a lot of damage, man. A lot of classes melees have gotten so much harder hitting. So it's actually kind of rough, honestly. It's going to be Vast. Stun lock for a second, but he's got himself metamorphosis for 50 seconds. Even Blade Dance puts the warrior lower and lower in health bar, actually putting him right in a bit of danger. Second one kicking in a bit more aggressively as he gets super low. There is a passive version of second win, I think with Slayer, that does start ticking whenever you are very low in health. It just starts pumping you full of health just to help you catch up even a little until you're like 35% or so. Stun, Ivan to follow. I think it just overflow the warrior. It's gonna be hit and run. Is it just dead? I think it's cheat death, isn't it? Is it cheat death? Is that cheat death? If he just randomly dies, that is a cheat death. Yep, that was his cheat death. He practiced cheat death and then stayed away. Second win is the thing. Okay. Yeah. But look at the Demon Hunter, man. So far, he's been able to run amok, and it's going to be Radimus last one left. And the Demon Hunter walking in with a trinket, darkness, meta, blur. He's got everything here he needs. He could potentially just take it home. Got himself big burst. This is going to be a blessing of Saint out for the Paladino into a full spell warden. For Vast, he just needs to live. Blur down darkness as well. Searing Glare, he just hoping to not get... Actually, he won't get interrupted. Just gonna go for lances from the sky. Those are gonna get immune, unfortunately, by the Spell Warden, but it is gonna get the Paladin away from behind the pillar. And if he does poke out, this is gonna be a load of damage. Blur is available backup for Bass again with a full metamorphosis, so he's just gonna go for a meta. This one might be a bubble out of Radimus. Stun, trinkets out of it. Radimus better be very careful. There goes the bubble. This one Demon Hunter just needs to stay alive. Trying to go for a melt. Is gonna go for those fell rushes. Been staying away. He just put himself in such a mobile position where Radimus is like, I can't chase him. I really need to double back behind the pillar. Chasing him is just not gonna do anything. Big hunt to follow up. Hold on, Vass I think just takes it home, dude. Oh my god. This dude is amazing. Look at his healing. This guy's awesome. The Demon Hunter just needed the right map to play, man, and he's all good. That is incredible. Oh my god. That's great. Oh, that was so sick. Chat, we gotta go again. Nasmerska and Johnny, let me know when you both are ready, boys. And let me know when both of y'all are ready. Well played, dude. Well played by the Demon Hunter. It's insane, man. It's insane. It's crazy with it. Crazy guy. Didn't really want to join in? Yes. John. Leo. Okay. And Nasmerska is good, right? Okay, I let Judy know where to find you. Hopefully he will be able to. I mean, he's joined duels before, but yeah, they're listed up. After the skirmish, I come. Okay, man. He said after the skirmish, Leo. After this skirmish. Dude, with how many, like, Devour Demon Hunters have been seen. Seeing a Havoc Demon Hunter popping off is refreshing. Like really, really refreshing. Not gonna lie. This is so cool. Ah, man. I think I'm gonna remove the song from playlist. I'll be kind of tired of this one. I need to update this mix, man. I need to look at some of the newer songs that have been out. See if any of them work. Because some of them don't really work for duels. Some are nice to listen to, but they just don't work for that duel scene whatsoever, in my opinion. Oh, wait. I'm gonna look something up. Alright, are we good? DH, log a different character. Okay. I'm ready to queue us whenever. Ready to queue us whenever, boys. They just need a +1. Devour DH is hard to play. I've been seeing a lot of people play him. Is it really that hard in PvP? I've been seeing a lot of people playing him. If it was like really difficult, I imagine we wouldn't see that many. But it seems like everybody like in the ladder. Like we're running into people that have got like Glad from season 3 in 2s the other day. Like just about every single group we were running into, everybody, or at least one person in our group had the Gladiator mount. And it seemed like everybody were playing Devour when they were playing Demon Hunter. So yeah, I don't know. I assumed it was easy because everybody in chat said they're just like one-shotting people, and they're like, just I should make a video like abusing them, just throw clips, which I might. I think I'll probably do that over the weekend as long as I have power. All right, I think we are set. We're gonna go to, how do we know, have we not done? We've done Rook, we've done Hook, we've done Legrand. Let's do another Legrand, maybe? Let's do another Legrand, chat. Let's do another Legrand. Legrand. And then we'll go like Lord One, and we got Tiger's Peak and all that. We got a little bit of time to still get some duels going. These go by really quick, by the way. I feel like a lot of the duels are about like 8 minutes long or so, 8 to 10. They don't feel drawn out, but they also don't feel too short either. It's actually been kind of nice. Wait, did they lose a guy again? Despershka, tell me you're in, man. Tell me you're not DC'd, dude. Despershka, my guy, tell me you're not DC'd, man. Tell me you're there. Because you were popping off, man. I'm gonna be main rogue in Midnight. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I feel like the changes we got in Midnight actually look good. Like, compared to, dude, last few expansions, War Within, Rogue were an afterthought. Dragonflight, Rogue were also an afterthought. Expansion before that, Rogue were not in a great spot. Last, like, 3 expansions, man, we were just, like, not really considered a class. Not really, like, catered. They didn't spend, like, any time on us until season 3. Let's see if I can load an arena. Oh, really? Which? That's unfortunate, man. We're gonna have to figure out a fix for that. Got ourselves Judy on this team. We got ourselves also Leo. We got ourselves another druid named... Wait, what's your name? RJ Meow? Bro, I can't see your name unless you stand still for like 2 seconds. I literally can't see your name. RJ Meow. Yeah, it's just Meow. Another walk. Wait, is he Devourer? You might be Devourer. I can't see his cooldown, so you might be Devouring. It is going to be the move cut off the bat, though. Blasted out Dan doing, not really letting him do much right now off the bat. Rooting him with a hand of freedom to follow. It is going to be a trinket by the Boom Kid. Does still have incarnation. He's going to go for a clone. He's going to go for a clone. Okay, okay. Is he catching up a little bit of healing? They also are buffing up in the hybrid healing, by the way, in Midnight. I don't think those are in on pre-patch, but they are going to be in on the beta, like at max level. So I imagine like your own self-healing is going to be pretty good. Man, oh man, it might be really, really strong. Dan just trying to see if he can find himself like an angle to approach Call of Duty, if he is able to. If he is able to, but it looks like Judy's going to get the opener on him before it. Trinket out for the Paladin. It is going to be trees moving in together with the Fury of Balloon. It looks like Judy tried to go for a leap to try to see if he can reposition better. It is going to end up going to a full deer mode. Hopefully not a deer in headlights, deer in holy lights, deer and dawn lights, as there's going to be a disarm onto the Paladin. And unless he can get himself like some kind of like a go here, it looks like random proc of wings. Unless he's playing normal middle wings. I think it is a random proc, dude. It's got to be, right? It's lasting for a while. Hold on, is it actual wings? He's playing real wings. It lasting for a while unless he's just procking super hard. And he's got himself plenty of burst, plenty of damage. Rudy's going to back up out of that completely. Doesn't deal with the downlight again. That's what can they see it again? I think so, yeah. Apparently the game did not let him in the arena. I don't know why the game does not let him in arena. I think at that point in his vertical, all I do is that I would just turn off all the add-ons, man. I would just turn off all the add-ons and configure the base UI, because they do have DRs, they do have all those other baseline things. I would just turn off the UI, man. I just turn off the add-ons. It might just be down to an add-on. Or if you have like I do kind of weak auras or any add-ons that are not active but you still have them, I would just clear them. Actually, it may not even be a bad idea just to go like complete like full cache, WTF, and interface folder reset, honestly. I feel like it's a new patch, new expansion type of deal, and it's like a new expansion in particular. I feel like it's probably worth doing at least once per expansion. Dan, unfortunately, unless he can find Druidy while he's in stealth, he does have immunity. Maybe he could use the immunity to lock him down. Bash follow might be a bubble. Does he have to use it? Lay on hands instead into a disarm. He's got himself procs though. Unless it's real wings, unless he's still playing middle wing. I don't even know if he's playing middle wings actually. I can't tell. I actually legit can't tell. But Druidy's able to evade Dan the entire time, able to pelt him a little bit. And I'm wondering if Druidy's enjoying the new mastery where he doesn't really need to dodge the other guy, but he can play into a more dot heavy builds. Has zero add-ons? Did game repair? I don't know what the problem is. Okay, if that's the case, if you actually have zero add-ons and he did do a scan repair, then it might just be on Blizzard. Then it might just be on Blizzard at that point. Yeah, at that point, I feel like if you don't know that, then it's just them. At that point, it's just them. Oh man, like I know it sucks. Like I feel like in most cases players shouldn't have to do the whole scan repair and all that other stuff, right? Shouldn't have to. But at that point, it's like that's all you can do on your end. And if it's still broken, then it's on Blizzard. Didn't have an answer for the question. He has disabled all the add-ons. Yeah, so now it's confirmed. Now it's confirmed. Is Judy trying to see if he can go for another stun? Does Druidy have the same kill potential, by the way? I feel like in the past, Druidy would just be able to dumpster all the cooldowns and like the other guy would die real quickly. But Dan is surviving. I know the Paladins can be pretty Livelord McGee sometimes, but I don't know. Do they adjust Druidy's burst? Is it more sustainable spec? Bubble out for Druidy. Or bubble out for Dan. Druidy's in a rough spot right now. All he can do is just live. Druidy's able just to survive a lot of the burst out of Dan, though. He's just still living. He's just still continuing to live as much as possible. It's still he doesn't have burst, unfortunately, and every time he does have burst, it looks like he goes in for burst, couple of surges and runs away. I am wondering if Druidy's spec is now more sustain heavy, like maybe sustain damage is so much higher that getting those rats in might be actually valuable. Like right now he's got an eclipse, right? The rat does connect, it does a little bit of damage, but now it's like Dan is going to be behind the bullet catching a full reset. I feel like if Druidy's just going to kind of let Dan get a reset, he might just not be able to really catch a win. Yeah, again, trees. He goes in for a couple of dots, a bit of a hit and run, but I'm wondering if we should just get an angle to go for that sustain, get a couple of casts in. Letting the trees do work. It is going to be Spell Warden. Unfortunately, Drudy is just going to have to pop in a bear form and just play defensively here until the final immunity for Dan is out. Maybe Dan will be able to work up a layer in hands at some point, but unless he got some kind of a answer in his back pocket, in his sleeve, I think Drudy is just probably going to be able just to at least maybe chip you away, because Drudy's healing got a lot better. We are at 5-minute mark, 24% damp, 25% dampening, and he's got plenty of healing. I mean, Dan, it looks like he's got a lot of healing too, but he's also doing majority of his recovery whenever Drudy's just not attacking him. And Drudy's really skittish to like stay in. Really skittish to stay in. Stun. But Dan, he is going to back up out of there completely. He is going to back up out of there all the way. I think Dan is playing like an unused wings. I don't think he's playing a Wake of Ashes wings, is he? He might not be. I'm not even sure, because it says like sometimes like wings are popping for him and they're lasting for a while, even though Wake of Ashes is not up. So it's hard to tell sometimes, honestly. Actually difficult to tell. Bash, next time we see Wake of Ashes, then we'll know for sure. It is Drudy, potentially picking up some damage. Silence rune to Dan. Dan has nowhere to go. If they got any more pressure right after, this would be the best time to do it. It looks like maybe a couple of Raz does end up securing the win for Drudy. Maybe that is exactly what it needed there. Just a couple of Raz to add in a little bit of additional damage. He does find himself some victory. With Radimus going to be up next, unfortunately from one Paladin into the next for Drudy, that may not be his favorite matchup. But he was able to survive Dan for a good bit here. So I assume, unless dampening kicks him into the gut, he should be able to survive Radimus for a good while here too. Might just be a long drawn out game, but he might be able to do something. Is he waiting for cooldowns? He does have 10 seconds on a trinket, so I guess honestly he doesn't really need to like rush him. He doesn't need to rush out. And actually, if he's going to do anything, I think Boom can form and just start dotting from a distance. Trees are going to be able to help you out as well. He's got himself that range, playing out of the range as best as possible. A couple of surges to follow up with Wake of Loons, Fear of a Loon on top of it too. That's actually not a terrible setup. It's going to be a bash, but an immunity for magic comes out by Drudy, or by Radimus. I'm wondering if Drudy can maybe escape it and go for a re-stealth. Does get the stuns though. The prowl stuns are still valuable. That is hilarious. Radimus actually forces to go for a lot of self-heal. But Drudy is back down to the point where he can't really do much. He doesn't, unless he has cooldowns, he does have tree summoned up. He's going to go for a disarm. Root to follow on to Radimus. Whatever rad damage you can do, that actually probably is going to be very, very helpful, especially with those trees. Is going to be a bubble out for Radimus. And Drudy with a bar skin, he's still living. He will need some healing though. We'll need a lot of healing, in fact. Can't really respond back to Radimus while he's immune. I like how so many of these, like, hold on, dude. These little fang creatures are just beating up Protest or Protect. He can't do much about it. He just forced to take the arcane damage for those things, which is super unfortunate. Drudy does land a Cyclone. He is going to eat some dot damage, but it's going to be Blessing and Sanct. Unfortunately, it does not have enough healing, and Radimus does end up taking him out. I think it might have hurt Drudy taking that last game from the first Paladin into such high dampening. I feel like if he ended that early, he would have been able to use that healing versus Radimus a little bit better, but there's just not much you can do. Radimus would lay on hits, but it doesn't matter, dude. Those pets are claw burning him. It did not matter with the Fury Warrior going to be up next. This is where Leo, I think, does want to take the momentum. Take this army of undead surrounding Protect. Keep him there. Are you speared? I think the spear does connect, but you can just ignore it because of Horse Kinship. Yeah, because of the Death Knight Horse. It's so good. Gets you out of so much C. It's like Death Advance, I don't think would get you out of it, would it? Or would Death Advance also get you out of it? I feel like Horse breaks some things that Death Advance wouldn't. I don't know what, maybe not. Maybe it's on purpose. Maybe it's coded differently. But Leo's left with no help whatsoever. Just a couple of executes away, actually. He might be in a bit of trouble. The Warrior is also super low. Leo does pick up a little bit of health. He does go for that necrotic factor, though, so he can't heal. But Protect has no health whatsoever. That's cheat death for him. He just gotta live long enough, unless he can take down. Oh, he does slay Leo. His cheat death worked. He cheated death, but as long as he can slay whoever killed him, as long as he can land a kill, when he does get the cheat death, he gains health back. He gets to live another day. It's crazy. Actually crazy with it. And Sai is going to be up next. I think he's going to give Protect a chance to at least recover. Our second wind is kicking it. It feels like it's really light, isn't it? Does it nerf second wind to be like super ineffective? Because it used to be a lot of healing. I mean, I know dampening is in, but is it just cut by dampening? I feel like it just be so fast. But he's going to give him a chance here to at least recover. Let him get that full heal. That was so good. Leo, I think, played it right, but yeah, the warrior just, I think, had a last little charge, last little execute. Leo couldn't heal because necrotics from deathback. How much you could do. For Protect, though, that is his one big defensive ability that is gone. Big spear down onto Saya, forcing him down to the spear. Does have Avatar rolling him, but unless the warrior, if he doesn't have it, unless he has some kind of a heal, it's just going to be lights. Sabado is going to be up next to him versus Saya, who's hanging out next to Eyes. He could potentially pick up Eyes, press Bop, and just struck down Sabo. That is an opportunity. That is a chance here. Sabado with a full go. He's just going to try to see if he can get himself a big setup. Let's go protection up immediately. There's going to be a cloak with advantage. He's going to pick up those eyes, so you will be able to see where the rogue is at. Unfortunately, unless wait, he does not. It does not pick it up. I thought it would. I feel like Eyes is still really shaky when it comes to picking him up. Is going to land a step sap. Trinket by Saya. Trinket for Sabado. Does he just go in? He could possibly force a bubble out of Saya, unless he just needs to make sure he has an escape if he does go in for the bubble. He needs to make sure there's an escape when he does escape the bubble. He is going to go for a random AoE to get that Divine Storm pumping through Sabado. Sabado might need to vanish. Yeah. That's exactly what he needs. Unfortunately, Consecration with Blade of Justice, it is going to get him dotted. It is going to maybe go for a disarm onto the Paladina. That could potentially help a little bit. Sabado just needs anything to live here. He got Dance available. Blades are available in 30. I don't know if you go for wait for the Blades or just go and kill now. Smoke Bomb with a dot damage. I think that Dawn just kills you, doesn't it? At least you can catch yourself a re-stealth right here, right now. He does catch a reset. I don't know if the hammer gets him out of... The hammer just ignores... It doesn't even do anything. That is crazy. That's actually kind of nuts. Unless he's like bugged out the hammer or something, or the hammer just didn't contribute enough damage. So he just did nothing. It is going to be first save for Sabado. He just needs to land a sap with the Saya. I think that's what's really important for him, is to land that sap. Maybe a sprint sap. No, that is unfortunate. Saya is going to get a chance here to at least have a go. Shadow Blades are available for Sabado. If he could just get on top of Saya, he might be able to make something happen. Saya does not have any immunities. He doesn't have a trinket either. As long as Saya does not get a spell, Blessing of Saint on a kidney, there goes Blessing of Saint. On a gouge, that's fine. You can still kid a shot. Oh, it's still DR'd. It is so reduced. Oh no, that is so rough. Sabado though, does he just push on? He doesn't have the damage. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the damage. Even though he did get the stun, he just does not have the damage. That is rough, man. That is rough. Plus, we also did miss the special there completely, so that's also unfortunate as well. Alrighty, boys. Let's get us another one going, yeah? Uno mas, uno mas. Another duel for the evening. Another duel for the night. Where we're at? Beautiful. Johnny's ready. The special cut, let me know when you're ready. Again, make sure you get lead pass to ya. If it's still gonna be leading the group. What did you say? Yeah, man. Good. Good. Alrighty. Still waiting on Swoshka to give me the go ahead. Actually, I'll write to him now. Let me know if team is ready. We can probably squeeze a couple more out of these, yeah? I am a little bit sad we don't have like Warlock, we don't have a Mage, we don't have like too much variety. It's a lot of melee. But I imagine melee are probably going to feel pretty good at the very beginning. I imagine a lot of castles probably feel good once they get their Apex talents. Ooh, I like that. The dude walking around with like a torch. It's kind of cute. It's kind of adorable. Let's do Tiger's Peak, because we haven't done that or Lord Ron. So we got those two that we could still grind through. And we got the Spurska in. Beautiful. Beautiful. I feel like some of these duels has been like really 5v4, man, hasn't it? With how often a Spurska get DC'd, which is super unfortunate. I'm wondering if like something like that is going to happen over on the NA realms too. Because I do plan on doing duels over on the NA tomorrow, chat. I do plan on that. And hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully it'll go well. But we'll see. Yeah, not a new development, Anastat, is it? Not a new development. I feel like they are much harder to CC since the DR changes, though. It is crazy. Which? Got ourselves Rudy over for the team 1 ready to go, and we got also Mao, who never got a chance to play. I like your mount, by the way. I think it was kind of small, isn't it? Is it Rudy or is it Mao? Looks like it's Mao. I think it's Mao. Unless it's Rudy, I think you're gonna get randomly sapped if you, unless you back up out of there. Sabadell versus Mao. Mao being a Boomkin Druid is going to go for a little bit of heal in the opener, I think. Kidney shot. Does he trinket? Does trinket. Bash immediately onto the rogue. Not letting him have a go. Actually, might have actually been able to save a trinket to see if the rogue does go in for like a Shadow Dance. I feel like a Shadow Dance, Shadow Blades combo would have been pretty good to trinket bash to stop, but he's actually going to start harassing the rogue a little bit with the trees around the corner. Definitely looking to get himself an angle to at least get some dots. Is going to go for Incarnation. It looks like at least going for an Incarnation, right? Because he does get himself that Dryad spawning in, and I'm pretty sure that's Incarnation based, unless a Dryad spawns with the trees now, which maybe. I'm not 100% though. I know that they added Dryad as part of the new challenge, but I don't know if it's like if something that you get through a cooldown or just like through a new proc. But I'm not 100% on that actually. Not 100%. Rim is trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of healing. Oh, never mind. He's trying to be the entertainment. Never mind. He's trying to be the entertainment. Unfortunately, him not having a trinket, this gives Sabadell, I feel like a proper chance to just be able to get himself a proper go. That Typhoon to randomly get the rogue out. Not a terrible idea. Sabadell does AoE himself out for a second here. He is going to go for a quick gouge onto Rim. Does he have a proper kidney shot though? He does need the calm points to make it happen. He will need calm points, but for the Rim, does get a full root, does get himself trees with the Dryad, everything available. It is going to be burst by Sabadell, just trying to see if he can commit the damage. Is it enough? And oh my god, the Sabadell burst. It is more than enough. Once you lock him down, that's it. It's just the burst, the damage, it's over. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Holy boys. That is rough. That is rough. And a half. Holy, who's up next? Is it gonna be Judy? Is it gonna be another walk? Is it gonna be it's not Rim. It's not Meow. Saya? Leo? I think I'm trying to figure out who's gonna be next. One of you guys is gonna have to go though. That's for sure. That's for sure. Or maybe they're like, you know what? I don't want to go through a rogue. I'm a Death Knight. I don't want to go through a rogue. I don't have an immunity anymore. And Druidy's like, do you see what that did to the Druid? I don't want to go either. And Saya's probably just like, oh my god, one of you guys gotta go. Saya looks like he's not going up next, is he? Leo is going to be pushed out there next. As he's roaming around, may need to pick up the eyes. Unless Edison is right on top of him, that is always something that you gotta gamble with. Is if you are picking up the eyes to find the rogue, you are gonna have to run over the eyes. And if the rogue is there to attack you, that's 5% more damage that you're taking. Together with all the rogues cooldowns, it is going to be rough. It looks like Edison is trying to see if he can wait out until Blades is available. He got a couple of seconds available until Blades is up. Yeah, the shot does come through. Does have dance, does have Blades right now. Not gonna trinket, but he could potentially just push in here, right? Cloak and evasion and just press defenses, or just maybe vanish out. That is a lot of damage out for Leo. He's gonna get dots rolling on the rogue, though. So he's gonna have to find himself a way to escape and blind to follow, but he's just trying to see if he could get himself out of dodge. Smoke bomb just to create some line of sight. Leo trying to see if he can swing around the corner. Those pets are doing plenty of damage all by themselves. Sabadell is taking so many hits, and now Leo swings around the corner. As long as he's got himself the range. The range. He doesn't need to be in melee either. Is it Dan or is it Nasmershka next? It looks like it is Nasmershka. We were getting confused for a second. IBF out for the Death Knight. For Nasmershka, there is going to be Shadow Blades available. He's got himself full burst. Disarm onto the DK. Just trying to see if he can stay on him as best as possible. Got himself big old, what's it called? Eviscerates back to back. Mages of the Dead are surrounding Nasmershka. He's got so many ghouls on the screen, man. Is going to go for a vanish. And for Leo, is going to get hit with another cheap shot. Does he have another stun? Oh my god, the secret technique, man. The rogue locked down into a big burst with a secret technique is brutal. It's going to be knocked by Judy. Does go for the step gouge into a killer shot right after. Does the rogue have enough damage here? It looks like he does have a killer shot, but not a lot to follow up. He's going to go for an evasion in case there's going to be a bash by Judy. And I think he was able to potentially dodge it. Blind to follow. Check it out for Judy. With the root onto the rogue. Does go for the trinket to break out of the root. I guess the Rogue can just wait until Cloaker Shot is back up and available. It does go for Cheap Shot. It is very, very DR'd. With the dance to follow, might decide to go for advantage. He does have Cloaker in case he needs to. He might just try to see if he can sprint out, try to see if he can get himself a reset. But the damage is taken is a lot. Advantage to follow. That's going to give you a little bit of healing. He's still outdotted a little bit, so it's not going to feel great. Maybe he can get a sap? No, unfortunately, he cannot. Unfortunately, he cannot. Is going to go for a knock onto the Rogue. May just need to go for a cloak. Yeah, Rogue has to go for a cloak. Rogue and meld. But I think there is still a Rag Blade on him, though, so it's not going to make him feel all that good. He needs a calm point, so disarm, it's over. It's over. Unless he can just lock down, doesn't even matter. The trees are just clobbering him. Man! Holy! Yeah, the Rogue, that disarm, man, because of the DRs and because you can only go for like 2 stuns, 2 saps, 2 blinds, 2 of anything, really. It's like a Noah's Ark of crowd control, man. I think it does make the actual like CC and how you use it very, very impactful. So like after that cheap shot, Druid disarmed, so you can't go for another cheap shot. It's just chilling. Get him some trees. And just the constant pressure he has versus the Rogue also is pretty good too. But Druid is immediately going to take a lot of hits out of the Paladino. Goes in for a bash, shrink it out. Or rather human racial for the Paladino. And then let's take Cyclone and go for a big heal. Druid is going to be in big, big trouble. He needs something, but it doesn't matter. Paladins, man, what is that random proc he's throwing in? Like every time he's judgment, he's got this like random like holy shields he's throwing out at the same time. What is that? I played Paladino on the beta, but I don't think I've ever seen that ability at all. It is going to be a Devourer, Demon Hunter, landing a stun, going in for a bit of that cleave combo on the Dan with an I-beam right after, trying to see if he can get himself a bit of those procs, consumption from a distance. So he's trying to see if he can play it up into the full Devourer and go with a hunt right after, does himself the cleave. And he's going to go for a bit of a backflip right after with consumes back to back. He might need to get himself some range versus the Paladino with those consumes. Try to see if he can land a Sigil of Misery. That thing definitely does have a delay though. I think he has an obvious delay. I don't know if the other walk has himself burst. He does a burst. Is it going to be hit? Woo! My God! Bro, he's just going in for the next one. I don't know who's up next. He's just going in. Is it the Warrior? Looks like it's the Warrior. I don't know if the Warrior was supposed to be next, but it might be the Warrior. Is it the Paladin? He's just going and bursting. He doesn't even care. He's just going in for burst. Stun for a second, unless he's got himself another big go. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know. He's got himself yet another Void Ray. Darkness down for a second. Can you follow up with anything else? Unless he's got himself another one of those melee combos. Unless he's got another one, he might be in a bit of a weird spot. Does he have it? He does have a cleave. He does have a slash. And he got some Devourers from a distance, but unless he's got something else to follow up. Prison for a second. I don't know, man. No. He did get himself some burst, though. He did get himself some burst, man. That was a lot. It's so much damage, man. It kind of reminds me of like when Evokers first came out with Drakthir. Like Drakthir Devastation Evokers, they were kind of like, they did okay damage, but a lot of the Valiant PvP was just like the Dragon Rage, Tip the Scales, Fire Breath, instant crit combo, right? Shatter, or no, you pop Dragon's Rage, Shatter, and then instant max Fire Breath, and that would just one-shot people. I remember they didn't really do any damage outside of that combo, and then they had to rework him a little so they did more sustained, but the combo is still okay. Until it really became like, yo, they could just beam you down, dude. Beam me down, Scotty. It is so rough. What's up, Ruin? Said to my man. Hope you're having a good one. It is going to be Saya left. Last one over for the team one. Blind, unfortunately, does not connect with Radimus. And Blessing is saying, stopping a lot of that Hodge value. He's still able to get the Dawnlight onto Radimus. And that's going to be Blessing is saying super early. Radimus can actually go for a proper stun onto Saya if he has one. But I think he's probably going to play it super defensive. It is 46% dampening. Does get a stun. Trick out of Saya. Pushing the offensive. Bubble out for Radimus really early. I'm surprised he bubbled it. Did he lay on hands on all the other buttons earlier? He may have, actually. He may have. Shield Defense up for Saya. He does have everything available. Lay on hands is going to help him stabilize a little bit. Dampening not super high. I got the Purple Owl. Nice. Hell yeah. Did you get the 600 achievement? I had like 700 mounts walking into the expansion. So yeah, I did get it, man. I did have it pretty much immediately. I never used to be a mount guy, man, but now I'm like in a situation where if the next expansion comes out with the raise like a new mount work from 600 to 700, I'm already set. I'm already good to go. Saya maybe looking for a bubble here. Radimus does have spell word, and wait, maybe not. Hold on, Saya bubbled already. Never mind, Radimus does land the kill. I didn't even realize it. Well done. Well done, Radimus. Well done. Team, let me know when you guys are ready. I'm gonna get another one going here, man. We'll get ourselves another one going for the night. Yeah, you guys were right. The Demon Hunter just needed to work up meta and then just like one-shot somebody. Funny. Unfortunately, like afterwards, like he didn't know who he's gonna go up against, so he's kind of like just charge in, cleaning people. Yeah, I can't really blame the DH because it's like, dude, I have a limited window. I finally worked up a meta. I'm trying to one-shot somebody, and you only got one half of his like burst combo. But yeah, somehow I can whisper him. Oh, that's unfortunate. Are you EU or NA? If you are on the opposite region, man, you won't be able to whisper him. Yeah, if you are NA trying to whisper EU, at this point, just set him up on like Discord, man. Because I'm pretty sure Silas in Discord. I'll be able to DM him there, right? How we doing? Oh, the Smurshka is offline. And Johnny needs one. Who else in Team the Smurshka? You guys may need to invite me for me to take over. Chat, we might need a couple of bodies over for either team. Actually, Dan, are you on that team? Dan, you were on that team, right? Did that team fall apart or you still have people? Your name is server? Oh, holy Saya. Server? I actually don't know that off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure if you look him up on Drusfar, you'll be able to find him pretty easily. There's only so many dudes named Holy Saya. Oh, you're asking him. Oh. Yeah, so we'll do it. Oh, no, the Spershka is here. Never mind. The Spershka, how's the team doing? Do you need more bodies or are you good? It looked like he was offline. I didn't know if he was DC'd or logged off for the night. I assumed logged off for the night, but I wasn't sure. Let me know, the Spershka, if we are good. Oh, chat, is it live? Did the hotfix it? They're in! Dude, they nerfed the mod cost by half, chat. They've nerfed the cost of transmogs by half. Get your mogs now, man. They nerfed it, dude. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. They nerfed it. Mog cost reduced by half now. Oh, it's official, baby. It's actually official. They did it. They did do it. They did diddly do it. Norganon? There we go. Ready? Alright, we'll send the last one. I think it might be the last one for the night, chat. And then we'll do more next week, and the week after, and the week after, and then we got the expansion release, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after. All that, all that. Might not be able to do any duels during like the very first few weeks, unless people are getting the honored gear. I imagine everybody's going to be farming, though. But yeah, the purple owl is pretty cool. Definitely pretty neat. There it is, man. The Mog price cost reduction is nice. Actually, an insane change. What a good change. What a good guy. Alrighty, good Twitch. Changing only your illusions costs 500 gold. Does it actually? There's no shot. There's no shot. There's no way. I don't believe it. I don't believe it was. We got ourselves Judy. We got ourselves Netherbook. We also got ourselves Leo. And they got it. Go Heirs of the Warlock. That's what they got. Okay. And they got Sire on the team as well. Or for the opposite team, we got ourselves Double Palette with Dan as well as Radimus. We also got ourselves Nespershka and Sabado gonna be first up. In the back, we also got ourselves Protect. I think its name is Protect. For some reason, his name is like really tiny. Is going to be kitted shot onto the Demon Hunter. Havager reverse the stone back into the Rogue. Metamorphosis off the bat. Oh! I'm sorry, what? How did Netherwalk get Metamorphosis that quick? He just obliterates Sabadell. The guy didn't even have a chance to respond. He just crit him so hard. Wait, how did you get that meta? Did you take a random meta proc or something? What is happening? How'd you enable meta that quick? Holy, okay, alrighty, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Devourer. Literally devoured the dude's entire health bar. Literal one shot. Well, not a literal one shot, it's like a combo ability. It's 1-2, 1-2. It's like a 1-2, 1-2, I guess is the best way to put it. The eye beam is that you can fly while you're eye beaming. That is crazy. It does go for the imprison with a stun from range. I like how the stun is from a distance, by the way. That is wild to me. Another walk, try to see if you can build up for another metamorphosis. If Radimus or Dandelion rather, if he's careful, then you should hopefully have a bubble or spell warden or something for it. But for another walk, he's gonna have to be very, very quick with it. If he's gonna go for a full-on eye beam, full-on metamorphosis combo, the hunt does connect. There goes the big burst. Does he have it? Oh! Oh, baby! He just pulled it off. Oh, another one. Just deleted him. Literally sent him into the void. And I think Protect has given him a second to like catch a breather, but he may not actually allow him. He might not actually let him. He might just have to. He might just have to go in there. Oh, hold on. Protect at least has a cheat death, so he might be okay. Because if he can respond and get some counter pressure onto the Demon Hunter, they might be okay. What Drudy doing? What Drudy doing? He's giving him an honor duel. Look, he is giving him a proper honorable match. He's giving him a proper chance to actually have a bit of recovery. He's going to go for that stun from a distance. For Protect, he does need to create some kind of a play here. I think for Netherwalk, he needs to be very, very careful of the spear, though. If he's careful with the spear, he might be okay. He just needs to get himself a little bit of resources. Yo, these shifts that he is doing are huge. The warrior, I think, left with a charger. Is that what that was? Avatar and everything is available. Spear is down. Question is, does Netherwalk have the burst though? Sigil of Misery for a second. The warrior is going to be able to Zerker out of it. I don't know if Netherwalk has a stun available. He's trying to see. Big burst available. Is he going to be able to do it? Huge burst. He's going to proc cheat death. I think that's a heal for Protect. I don't know if he actually did proc a cheat death or not. Oh, but Trinket, is he just randomly dies here? Yeah, cheat death proc. He's got himself on ending Berserker cheat death thing. Whatever it's called. Another walk is having to now play versus Radimus. He's gonna have to work up yet another metamorphosis. I don't know if Radimus is gonna let him though. Radimus knows the plan. Radimus has seen what's been happening here. He's watched this going on, and another one back in the pot of there. Just try to see if he can get himself some resources, some procs, stun from a distance. He's gonna have to find a way to get around Radimus. The mobility of this Devourer spec is crazy. It does go for a bit of that blur too, to try to dodge as many abilities as you can. It looks like there's a dodge component if you do talent into it for blur. That isn't baseline. Baseline is just a DR. Unfortunately, he tried to go for a heal, but I guess some kind of paladin dodge just broke his healing, which is super unfortunate. Netherwalk, if anything, if he has that one ability that lets him like conjure soul fragments, that would help him heal for a bunch. That would help him heal for a lot. But at this point, it's a question of how many souls has he been able to absorb? How many souls has he been able to like work with? And Radimus, I think he's maybe thinking of positioning on this far side. He's thinking of positioning in the room. He's thinking maybe not play out in the open, but force another walk to come over to him. That might end up being the play. WTF is that spec? It's Devourer, man. It's just a new Demon Hunter spec. Just a new DH. He's going to rip out some random soul fragments off of Radimus. He's going to go for Imprison. Problem is the Demon Hunter does not have a trinket, so next combo that Radimus does, especially with that blessing a Sank, is going to make things a little rough. The Demon Hunter could use a lot of mobility. He just shifted all the way to the other side of the arena though, so at least he's got plenty of ways to get around. He's got himself a little bit of pressure. Stun, unfortunately, just gonna have to live it. He does have a Warlock Hellstone, so he'll be able to use that to help himself stabilize, plus a blur on top of it. Void Ray as well in order to get himself a bit of an activation for damage. Haunt, maybe that'll help him even a little bit. He's gonna have to find a way to break through Radimus' shield. But does he have Metamorphosis? Because if he does, this could be the go-to. Metamorphosis is up. Does Radimus expect this? Big burst. Oh, Radimus with a lay on hands last second. It's not out of the woods just yet. It is still big burst, but a bubble comes through right after. He does immune it. He tried to see if he could just live the burst with a lay on hands. Wasn't enough, so he does go for a full immunity. Netherwalk, unless he's got something. I think it is going to be dodge to the Paladin that do take him down, which is going to be a full wake of ASUS for Radimus. It's going to be up next. It's going to be Drudy. It's going to be Locke. It does look like it's going to be Goer's the Warlock. It is going to be Goer's the Warlock. Bro, dude, the burst out of Devourer is wacky. Blessing of Protection for Radimus is super unfortunate, by the way. Super unfortunate. Goer's does have the entire army of demons surrounding the guy, though. He went from fighting one demon to now a bunch of them. And I think he's just dead. Wait, I think he's just dead. I think he's just dead to the demons. Bro, hold on. The Tyrant slaps now. He doesn't have the melee turn, but that thing still slaps. It actually does damage now. Fear for a second onto Radimus. Hand go downs are available with the Overlord. Try to see if he can crack through the defenses that his shield defended. Fear for a second, as Radimus was still on his horse for a moment. The demons are still surrounding Radimus. It's pretty rough now. And Chaos Mother to follow is just over, dude. It's just over. He just needs one good cast. Radimus is still alive though. I don't know how he's alive. Maybe after the tyrant is gone, the birds is kind of out of the window for Goeris. Because looking at these normal demons are not enough to just press Radimus and push him over the edge. So maybe he is a little bit more tyrant-centric actually. Very possible, man. Very possible. This is going to be a quick cast. Radimus does have all these pets approaching from every angle. Stun. Does he have a big setup? Because Radimus is kind of close. He can go for a proper Wake of Ashes, get some kind of a play here off of that. Oh, you guys are Wake of Ashes without proper wings. You are separated wings. That is so weird to me. So odd. It's going to be Fear. As it's going to be Radimus trying to see if he can keep himself some pressure, but nah, Goeris taking him out. With Nespeshka, last one left. He's going to have to find a way to deal with the Warlock, which Warlocks are quite tanky. Evasion to try to see if he can dodge an Axe Toss. Does go for the full burst. Is it enough? Wall out for Goeris. Is it going to be enough to live this though? Cheap shot right after. Does barely survive it. Mortal Coil with the Axe Toss as Nespeshka does go for a Trinket. Fear to follow up right after him. As it's going to be a big old Tyrant with an Infernal Bolt. Big damage to follow up. Strike right after. Fear to follow with a Reflect. Goeris just trying to see if he can get himself any livability. It is going to be a Dark Pack for a second. And oh my, I think it's over. I think it just might be over. Is he still lying? Hold on a second. It looks like Judy is just rushing out, trying to see if he can get an open on Rogue. But the Rogue does take it. Rogue does take it. I was thinking for a second, like, dude, could be anyone's game, honestly. Could be anyone's game. The birds available out for Judy. This is going to be blind out for Nespeshka. Got him so a bit of a sippy cup, maybe? Yeah, it's just over, I think. It's just over. Nespeshka got something, kind of a big heal. It's over. Yeah. Dude, the Devourer. Another walk popped out burst. I like how another walk, all he did is just walked in when he gets burst, and otherwise you just AFK-ing. That's crazy, dude. What a design. I feel like what they're gonna do is they immediately in the next few weeks, at least by the time like Midnight proper launches, they're gonna nerf the hell out of that full Void Scar burst. The melee cleave burst thing they got going on. They're probably gonna nerf that. And they're going to buff up Consume and all this other base spells. That's probably what's going to happen. But how much damage you can do right now is just wild to me, man. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Are we doing another one, boys, or are we done for the night? I'm here. Hi, I'm from Iran. Please be our voice. On shut down. Also, we are close to war. Please pray for us to be healthy. I do hope you guys are healthy over there. Look, I'm a YouTuber that makes World of Warcraft videos, man. So, like, in terms of, like, getting into, like, politics of world things, I do apologize. I am going to keep the channel on a World of Warcraft entertainment. I am not going to make a political video out of left field. That being said, I do hope you guys are okay though, man. As an American who enjoys freedoms, I do hope you guys get some freedoms over there, man. I mean, it's just awful what's going on there, and I do hope you guys do well, man. I do hope it turns out well. You know what I mean? Like. It's crazy over there. It's crazy. Then I also I don't know if like Starlink is available over there. I heard that Starlink is like pretty much given out for free over there too. Are there any spots? That's a good question. If the Nespeshka needs any more, apparently Johnny needs one more. Johnny doesn't need one more, and I think he's going to be listed under Raid's Legacy under Molten Core. So if you want to find him, you're more than welcome to. One more. All right, so if you, Nespeshka, invite me if you need help. Yeah, there we go. Invite me if you need help with the group. Pass me lead and I'll take care of the rest of it. Beautiful. So to raid, we're gonna go Molten Core. If you guys want to join us, we got a spot. We'll do one more. We'll do one more. Let's do one more. Okay. Playstyle required. Competitive. Competitive Molten Core. We're fine. Okay. Sounds good. We'll need one for this team. So if you guys want to join, hey Primer, if you want to join, we got a spot. There it is. Is that you? Let's go. Okay. Pallidum. Pallidum? Pallidum. I don't know why I'm messing with your name. I don't know, I'm messing with it so hard. Alright, we'll do a, I guess we'll do Blade's Edge. I don't know what else to do. Thank you. Yeah, man. More than welcome to. Always welcome to join us. Anybody and everybody can join us. I do like the changes they did for Frost Mage, by the way. Oh, it's a Nightborn. Dude, chat, do I go back to Nightborn Rogue? I feel like Nightborn looks so damn good. Plus, I lost the need for meld. I lost the need to meld. So like, do I go back? Like, meld is still good in PvP, don't get me wrong. That is still a great button. That being said, I could go Nightborn. Because I don't have the crack shot meld thing anymore. I don't need to meld for crack shot in like Mythic Plus. The question is, do I go Nightborn? I'm pretty sure Dwarf is still better, but I imagine like the gap between Nightborn and Night Elf is probably much lower, and I just like the way Nightborn look. I just like the way they look, man. I just love the way they look. You're gonna love the way you look. I don't think I'll be able to rock the Mog I'm rocking right now in that Nightborn though. That Mog I got going on is good, but it just won't look good on a male Nightborn. Back to the Master faction, the Horde. Yeah. Well, actually, no. There is advantages still being Alliance for PvP, isn't there? Which that isn't actually is an excellent point, Chris. I think you actually convinced me to do the opposite, to stay on Alliance. Call of Duty is going to be first up or for the team 1 versus Radimus the other team. I am going to find out which Paladin it is, though. I think if you do get a variety of teams, then it's like, oh, Paladin on team 1, I know exactly which button I'm going to. I'm going to keybind 3 because there's only one of them. Droid, I don't know exactly which keybind I'm going to. It is going to be a silence on to Radimus, though. He's surrounded by all these trees. It looks like it's going to be actually more of a defensive play by Drudy. He popped out a bear form. I feel like he should have stayed in Boomkit form and just continued pumping damage, though. But I guess he was expecting for Radimus to run up and start hammering him. And I actually do think, like, when I'm watching Drudy, I do think he's actually not doing too much sustained damage. I know he's really too used to the hit and run, but I don't know if hit and run is as good. Midnight got himself a full interrupt. Bear form has got himself a bit of that healing, doing whatever recovery he can to a Hodge by Radimus. But if Drudy got any kind of burst right now would be a great time to do it. Root Cyclone to follow. He got trees, he got Fury of Balloon and Incarnation. I feel like if you're gonna do anything, that would be the time to do it. How are you? What's up, Liam? I'm doing good. How are you, man? Hope you're doing good. So you're chosen death, right? Yeah, exactly. I've chosen death. I've chosen better random queues. If Horde is still getting trucked in random BG queues, I think I chose the right choice, man. I think I chose the right choice. And also, I feel like with Horde, there are people pogging like random dungeons, like time walking stuff, but like I feel like Alliance, there's always people playing for it. I think there's always people playing with it, almost always. Plus, Alliance Rachel's got it way better over time, man. The haste increase and the percent crit increase for Night Elves too, it's not terrible. Although Harronier might be better in PvE because the crit damage, that might be pretty good. But we'll see. We'll find out, man. We'll see. We'll see and we'll find out. Only 1-on-1 could settle this. True. I feel like a Nightborn Night Elf 1v1 though. Oh man, on Transmog. Wait, what is this gateway? Hold on. Judy used the gateway. I don't know if I like that actually. I know the Boomkids already have a lot of mobility, but a gateway on top of it? That seems diabolical. Judy trying to go for a bit of a reset. Got himself full cooldowns available. Stunned by Radimus. Wings active. Does Judy pump damage? It's going to be Blessing a Sank. But unless you got another stun, there's not much you could really do about it, dude. Them judgments are massive looking. Dude, that's a big hammer. That is a humongous hammer when you have wings active. That, what is it? Hammer Righteous is just huge. It's just huge. Flashlights are available for Radimus. Yeah, it looks like Call of Duty is just tucking tail and running, man, but a stun lock unfortunately is gonna get him. Unless you got wings, Radimus is gonna be able to get a Wake of Ashes, get himself the Dawnlet rolling into Duty. So unless you get himself full long-term wings with full burst available, I don't really know what much else he could really do. It is so weird, Paladin is not playing wings with Wake of Ashes, and they're just playing normal minute wings. Like every minute they got wings. That is so unusual to me. Judy does recover, does stabilize a little bit, and even enough to catch himself a quick re-stealth. And should hopefully be able to get himself a Rake opener versus Paladin. If he can get himself that angle. Does do it. With a bunch of trees as well and everything available. Is going to go for birds. There's not even Incarnation, unfortunately. Bash onto Paladino. But unless if Judy can go for some damage to follow up. Is he using Eclipses? Is he getting Eclipse value? I don't know if he's pressing this button for Eclipse. Hopefully he is. Certainly hope he is. But it looks like, yeah, it looks like maybe just trying to be very, very careful with Radimus. Hit and runs is his big priority. Radimus got a lot of hammers he can throw at him. Bubble does come out, so for Call of Duty, maybe it's something he could work with. He got Incarnation, Fury Balloon, and Trees available very, very soon. So we have all those burst abilities combined together. And he might be able to make some work off of it. Does get a Rake Stun, but a stun back out for Radimus onto Judy with a blind to follow up. He could just wait it out a little bit and then still follow up with some big bursts. He's got trees, he's got a lot of potential pressure. A lot of possible damage. He just needs to find a way to push it through. Fury of a Loon is gonna go for a Cyclone. He's like separating his cooldowns a little bit too. Maybe it's panic. Maybe a part of it is like a little bit of panic, but he had trees, he Fury of a Loon and Incarnate. I think maybe could have just pumped. But I don't know. It does get stuns. It does get stuns, which is actually really, really awesome. Like those rake stuns are really, really cool. Into another clone. It looks like he's just either waiting for, and the big guy is like, you bore me. He is extending this duel for quite a while, so maybe you're just making sure he gets as much of an extension as possible to get all of his cooldowns together. But then he kind of sends cooldowns by themselves. He didn't wait for trees and he just went for an ink card. He's got himself lots of mobility. Maybe he just tried to see if he could whittle out Radimus with just dots and until Radimus runs out of mana. Star Surges are in, Leon Hits is available, trying to see if he can duck away from the Cyclone. It's going to be full Wake of Ashes. Radimus does get hit with a silence, but as long as it incinerate, he'll be okay. Judy got himself plenty of mobility, trying to see if he could cut across the arena, stun before he's able to jump off the edge. And is it going to be Radimus actually backing off? I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised Radimus decided to back off. Because look, he got him in a stun lock. Maybe he can make some work of it, and he just backed away instead. Huh. One thing I will say is for Judy, his survivability is excellent. We are 5 minutes into the match, 26% of the duel, 26% dampening, and he's just still healing like it's nothing. Any damage that Radam has been throwing at him, that mobility, that kiting, that running, actually gave him enough of a breather to just heal up whenever he needs it. So he is looking very, very healthy. He is rotating cooldowns pretty regularly, like Barskin and any kind of self heals, but he is healing quite a lot though. Back and bear for him, maybe. Oh. Unfortunately, if Radimus is able to get any kind of long-term pressure on him, it looks like he does eventually take him down, though. That is rough. That is rough, man. Are boobies sustain based now? Because I don't think me and Worthless ran into a single boomkin doing twos, man. So maybe I just need to like... Maybe I just need to see what they're like. Because I've been seeing boomkins. Normally, they're kind of encouraged to do some sustained damage, not just burst. I'm just wondering if maybe for Druidy, going for this hit and run, like super, like only burst and you're out, not doing sustained damage, if maybe that's not a detriment to his overall like win strategy, maybe he does need to go for more burst nowadays. It's hard to tell, man. It's hard to tell. Guerreros does have himself plenty of demons, plenty of output, does have himself also the, what's it called, the extra... The demonic soul that he can call upon as well, and doing quite a decent bit of damage, forcing a lot of mana for Radimus to spend. Blessing protection, I think, to try to see if he can stop the Axos and the physical damage from some of those pets. But all this EC for Goers is still gonna go through. He's gonna go for a gateway. It looks like he was almost, yeah, he's trying to go for a gateway. Definitely. He's still getting some sustained pressure on Radimus. Shield Defense is available. Wait, what do we expect the best for M+ and Raid? Greets. I think you'll be fine with Subtlety. Dread, I don't think there's a wrong answer, but I think you'll be fine with Subtlety. I've seen Subtlety do a lot of damage, but also apparently Outlaw is pretty good too. At least in raids it seems to be doing okay. But those are the two specs that I see the most. Although Assassination can work too. I think if you just want one Subtlety. I got a guide for Subtlety very, very soon, so if you just give it a couple of days, then that guide will come out, and hopefully it'll give you all the information you need. It's coming out so soon. It's going to be a lot of damage for Guerreros. Yeah, unless Radimus got something. That Shadow Bolt at the end. I like how he still was able to try to rebuke him while Shadow Bolt is mid-air last second. That was hilarious. Sabado is going to be your next. Somebody's going to be next. It is going to be Goeris with all these bets available here ready to go. It is Sabado next. So you're going to have to be very, very careful. Sabo not rushing you. He's not rushing yet. We are at the 8-minute mark, dude. That Druid duel lasted a long time. So you're not going to have any healing whatsoever. Whatever damage you got is whatever damage you got now. Gouge is going to be Axos Trade, Trinket out for Sabado. Try to see if we can keep the pressure onto Goers. Goes with the Dark Pact and a Wall Mortal, but he does have a pre-cloak for it. And Goeris, he's going to get himself a full Tyrant. That Tyrant should do quite a lot of damage as long as you have a decent amount of Peasage or someone prior to it. That Tyrant, they made sure that thing now slaps, and I think they made it smarter. That thing is not really, is doing some damage. Is it doing anything? It's like tickling the rogue. I know that everybody plays like the melee Tyrant nowadays. Maybe that's what you gotta play for him to do any kind of damage. Axos to follow. We're just trying to see if you can waddle out of there, but it looks like the rogue should have enough here. Yeah, that Tyrant is tickled up from behind the pillar. I really don't know. Are they really sending Psy up? Man, I was hoping they would send another walk. I want to see more of those one-shots, bro. More of the one-shots, dude. Do you think subtlety will be good in single target? I'd love to hear you doing a guide. Definitely gonna watch it. Keep going, man. Yeah, I think it'll be just fine for raiding. It's decent. It's very, very decent, especially with how fast a lot of the bosses are dying. Like a lot of the sub bursts is front loaded, so as long as the fights are not like actually 5 minutes long, I don't think your damage falls off. Because normally your damage will eventually fall off because you're so front loaded. So the longer fights are not great for sub. But yeah, I think especially if all the bosses are dying as quick as they are, like sub would be perfect for it. It's a great spec. I think it's a nice middle ground and it's really easy to play. Although all 3 specs are pretty easy, I'd say subtlety is like really streamlined. Really streamlined. Somebody the other day said like, bro, what is a spec? Like somebody that I know, they've been playing Rogue for a very long time. They've been playing sub for a very long time. They're like, dude, what is a spec? Literally a toddler can play it. So I think you could pretty much assume it's got much easier and more approachable to play and pick up. Shield of Edits and Sabado, I mean, unless you got some kind of burst, man, Saya is going to be able to dome you, man. Dome you down. With Radimus, or no, Janduin going to be up next. Radimus already got to play versus Judy. He had the long extended match. Yeah, stun. Oh no, it's stun. It looked like a stun. Let's say many missions is a stun. But Saya, the next person to get a stun, is actually going to be in a good spot right now. Going to be able to put some pressure Saya with a stun. Using it more defensively than offensively, actually. Very, very surprised. Saya's taking a little bit of damage though. Maybe looking for a bubble or spell ward on laying hands. He's held it super low. He was actually feeling like, yeah, I can stay away from Dan. I'm doing fine. I can keep a distance from this guy while I'm mounted. Dan also burning his own laying hands too. Trinket out for Saya. And Saya's health actually has not been able to recover. Maybe that's just something Dan is doing damage-wise. He's being a lot more aggressive. Bubble out for Dan. Saya's going to be able to go for a spell warden potentially, if not a bubble of his own. Does go for a bubble now that Dan has nothing, and regenerate and help Saya recover a lot of health, man. Quite a bit of health. Though Dan's health wasn't that low though. So actually for Saya, he didn't get that much. 60% dampening did cut back on that healing as well. I still think next stun wins. I think right now next stun wins. Next stun, and that's going to be Saya's with a Wake of Ashes. No wings, unfortunately. So he is separating his wings from Wake of Ashes, which I don't know if I like that personally. But the damage was more than enough. Dan, unless you press someone, you are going to go down. Saya, unfortunately, does not have a bubble anymore, so it's going to be down to the Smirshka to possibly end this duel. Gouge into kidney shot. He doesn't even need much. Just a single dance without blades, and you take him out. And you're taking him out. We're doing. What's up, people? Okay. Hope you're having a good one. There's going to be eyes getting picked up by Lemon. Try to see if he can find the Rogue, but the Rogue is out there. Cheap shot immediately. Does he blow for blades? No, he does not. I think he might just need to cloak and vanish. After all the ghouls come out for Leo. Oh yeah, maybe cloak. Dude, they still see you. They still see you. You might need to go for vanish again. Vanish while cloak is up, man. Vanish while cloak is up. Oh no. I don't know, Nosmoshka. Can you do this? Can you press on? Can you push on? He got you surrounded. It's a lot of undeads. And it's gonna be a last one left with, I don't even see his name. Paladin. He should be able to just clobber down Leo. Yeah, it is a lot of damage. It is a lot of pressure. Does the Demon Hunter metamorphosis, by the way? If he does, he could get a one-shot. Or does he need to work up those resources here? I don't know if he does. I don't know if he does. But he is trying to see if he can stay out there in prison for a second. Does get himself a bit of that cleave. Trying to get himself a consume, but it's going to get interrupted, unfortunately. Does get himself a sigil of misery. There goes the meta. Oh, it's over. It is so over. Oh my god, it's over. That's crazy. Crazy. Holy. Chat, do we do another one? Do we just maybe run one more? Do we do one more, chat? I kind of want to do one more. He's lagging so badly. Is he actually? Maybe. Yes, one more. Johnny's saying let's do one more. We could do one more, make it even 10 duels. Oh, he said something no grand, I think. Would help me. Would love you to help me decide on my new main character. Can you help me? Yes, Leo. Definitely down to help, man. Definitely down to help. I'm giving us Smirshka a chance to come back. Maybe Smirshka just relog in. Maybe DC's when he gets out of the arena. But Smirshka, if the team is still there, man, I'm down to go one more. Unless the Smirshka is gone, and then we'll just maybe call it, or maybe I'll take over Team Smirshka. Dan, can you let me know how the team is doing? If the Smirshka is gone, you could invite me, or whatever pass the lead from him. I could see if I can join your group and take over and get you guys a +1. Village Forts, Norganon. There it is. Why is Overwatch 2 a new color? Like a BattleNet? Oh, you're right. What the hell? I guess it's because the season Vendetta, season 20 is a season of Vendetta, so it's red. I guess it's supposed to be like red alert. That is weird. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Why is it red? Hell no. Make it back like yellow or orange or whatever the hell. Yeah, it looks like because it's a new season. Season of Vendetta about to change too. Huh. Unless they announce an Overwatch 2.5 or Overwatch 3. Overwatch 2, the Electric Boogaloo. Wait, actually, it's like Overwatch 2, but this time we really mean it, guys, for real. It's actually a different game. Hey guys, no, seriously, it's actually a different game. Don't you worry. It's not actually Overwatch 1 skin. Overwatch new this year? Dude, this should be a Overwatch 25 by now. Could have had Overwatch 2025. It's Overwatch 1776. 2 offline. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Dan, I'm gonna try to see if we can make another group. If you guys want to join us, more than welcome to it. We'll try. So Dan, let the team know that we got a new one over on the Molten Core. Just let them know we're gonna be reforming. We're gonna be listed on the Molten Core. We'll try. We'll just see. We'll just see if we can put them together. As Master guess, I leave it 3 times. Just can't leave it 3 times. Really? Yeah, we're gonna try to see if we can make another group. If you guys want to keep playing, we can. We'll try to get one more, but if we can't put one together in like 5-ish minutes or so, we'll just probably call it and we'll do NA tomorrow and we'll come back next week. But these were a lot of fun, man. For like a first duel at midnight, these were really, really interesting. Besides the Demon Hunter, which is like the Devourer being a one-shot fiesta, but they're kind of like, you know, they're cheesy like that. Because they kind of just need to win until meta is available and then they get a big one-shot going. But outside of that, like, what else can they really do? Like, everything else is good. Is there weird shit going on? Even with Overwatch? Maybe. Maybe they're trying to announce like some kind of like an expansion or an expansion. Because the game doesn't really get expansions. There's Talon logos and pause screen stuff. Really? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so then they're doing something then. Dallas and the State by the shot, but yo! You're not playing a priest? Would you been hunter good? Pretty good, it seems. At least in PvP they seem to one-shot people. But pretty good. Pretty good. The previous videos, Vinificus? Oh, I remember Vinificus, yeah. Yeah, Vinificus, hey man. Yeah. Fortnite Overwatch is a thing, a crossover? Are they doing an Overwatch and Fortnite crossover? I mean, Fortnite has done a crossover with literally everybody. All they need is a crossover with like the Pope. And that's it, and they've done literally all of it. Yeah, but we are... Yeah, we're seeing if we can reform Anasted. We might not be able to, but we'll see. I'm just trying to see if it's possible to get another group going. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Talon. Interesting. Maybe that is part of the season? Because it does say on BNet, it's like a season of Vendetta, Season 20. Unleash Mayhem with the return of Junkrat's Blood Hunt. Or maybe not. But that's all in red. Unless they're doing like some kind of a stunt with it. Maybe. Maybe that's the case. Yeah, the season starts next week. Oh, okay, so it'll be late. So maybe I have no idea then. I have no idea. Maybe it is like a social media stunt. Maybe it's gonna be people logging in and be like, what is this whole challenge stuff? What is all the challenge stuff? And then they just release a new hero or something. And a new map. Or a new mode. Like a PvE mode. Or some long ass cinematic. Maybe story stuff. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if they just release some story stuff instead. Maybe it's just something they've been cooking for a while and now they're like, you know what, let's release it now. Like a shadow drop. Because I feel like games and other pieces of media have been doing shadow drops more recently, and I feel like they've seen success with shadow drops for the most part. Yeah, I think we might just have to call it here, chat. I mean, otherwise I could be looking through BNet. But we might just call it because we had a lot of duels tonight. Like we did do a bunch of them back to back to back, so it is really, really cool. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We'll just call it. I think I'm gonna let him know. I think we call it for the night. I gotta get food anyway. GG's all. GG's everybody. We had a lot of duels though. A lot of duels, man. Ask if you guys have found one. Nah, we'll call it, man. We'll call it. I needed 2 more bodies anyway, so it's okay. So it is okay, honestly. I am hoping that these health bars don't stay like these condensed, though. I do not like that. I might need to find like some kind of like a... I imagine it's like some kind of like a command, because like even the enemy health bars are like blocky like this, and I don't want them looking blocky like that. I don't want them looking like that at all, so I'm hoping on an A it doesn't do that. But we'll see. But we'll see. Otherwise, I might need to find some kind of like a command to like change the width somewhere in the game. But yeah, you guys are wonderful, beautiful. Oh, look, Haranier. I like how we haven't been to Harandar, but they're already hanging out in Agrabah, right? They're already out here. Like as if they belong. Crazy. Crazy. Alrighty, boys. You guys have a wonderful evening, though. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful one. I'm gonna go get some to eat, get some work done, get a video out, all that good stuff. I got a bunch of projects that I actually worked on the other day, so I don't need to do that much work, but a little bit of work. But you guys have a good one. I'll be back tomorrow for NA duels, and hopefully we'll be able to get some groups doing for NA. Alrighty, boys. I catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.